Hello and welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio and round 9 of the Apex Racing League GT3 trophy from Bathurst. I am Sam Fitzpatrick and I have once again alongside me David Sampson as we enter the final third of this championship. And David, what a round it is for this. I mean, some races thinking, you know, this could make a small impact on the championship, but Bathurst is an all or nothing circuit. It can be so good for some drivers, but one tiny mistake and you could be coming away completely pointless.
Pointless, yeah. That's what we love about the track. It has everything. It is fast, it is dicey, you got to get close to the walls to be quick. Qualifying is going to be super important. Obviously starting near the back, it's not a track that we say there's a lot of carnage, but the problem is that any mistake on lap 1 from one of the drivers, and there is usually a big problem, especially if it's in the first sector. That's not to say, yeah, this isn't a track that causes issues, but there's just nowhere to go, and it can sometimes get a little bit gridlocked.
Yeah, we've had a lot of incidents like that. I think the last one we had that I remember was Apex Racing Academy Formula 3 a couple of years ago, and yeah, just right at the top of the hill. Yeah, just massive. Half the field gone. Yeah. It was fun to watch, but hopefully we don't see that tonight. Let's have a look at, of course, the calendar. We're into the 9th round now of this championship, and the tracks, a lot of sort of GP circuits, Formula 1 circuits that we've visited so far. They've become a little bit more unique. I mean, Sebring is quite a unique circuit. Bathurst, obviously, really nothing like it. And of course, Aragon, which is a circuit that we haven't visited before in this series, and very few drivers in iRacing have visited. And then, of course, Montreal and Okayama to round out the season. And let's have a look as well at the championship points at the moment. And it is still looking good for Alessandro Porta, who's just been nudging away and up now to 44 points clear of his teammate Alessandro Dalla Valle, who has been keeping him honest at each round, has never really been able to take chunks out of his teammate margin. Yes,
yeah, he's been there from day one, I think, when he picked up, was it a double win? No.
It was a win at Silverstone, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's led the championship the whole way. He hasn't looked as strong. Obviously, he'd beat us, but he hasn't looked as strong as he did in the earlier rounds as late. But he's still clocking up those big points, and that's what matters.
Got a little bit lucky last time at Sebring, didn't he? We had that pile-up on the last lap of race 2, and I think he just took his normal racing line and gained 4 places. So he managed to score the second most points last time. It was actually Paul Watson, who had a terrific round last time. He's been in fantastic form. Really has upped his pace. He's not going to win the championship as Puotti unless something significant happens to Porter, but he is really the man in form, is the Italian going into this round. In the Pro-Am Championship, Michael Hooper still out ahead, 25 points clear of the rest. He did lose a few points though last time out. Del Piccolo and Ubertali were beating him. Ubertali with a very strong round, so still could catch up in that category. And in the amateurs at the moment, we have got Nikolai Agard, who honestly has got one hand on the trophy, I think, at this point. Yeah. He's scored the most amount of points in 3 of the last 4 rounds out of the end.
Yeah, he's been looking really strong. It is still a tough competition, but the divide's starting to build now, and the top 2 are starting to stretch their legs. But no, Agard looks like he could handle himself in the Pro-Am category.
Yes, I think he could well be getting the upgrade when it comes to next season. But let's have a look at the Teams Championship as well. But of course, it's normally quite the same on this one. And I say that every single week. And it's probably getting old. Racing Lab Esports in 4th place. They're the ones to watch out for because they're the ones who've been getting a lot of points in the second half of the season. Well, but Absolute Motorsport are now 600 points exactly. Even I can do the maths on that. Ahead of Delachaz Automotive, but don't rule out Racing Lab Esports. They could get to 2nd place in the championship if their drivers perform, who both joined late on in the season. Let's have a look at the Bathurst circuit then. And do you remember your first experience on Bathurst on the sim?
Yes, and it was before I was on iRacing. It was, I want to say, a Assetto Corsa. I don't think it was rFactor 2. It was one of those 2. And there was like this private league that got involved, and I completely underestimated how hard the track was going to be, because I always say this, but it's 2 tracks, right? The mountain section a la Monaco, where the closer you get to the walls, the much faster you go, but obviously the much more risk of destroying the car. The fast sections are flowing. It's
that we can get to Macau really with the high-speed sections, and then the very close walled sections. I think it is fantastic as well in a single seater. I know that's obviously great in GTs, but I do think like a Formula 3 round here is spectacular because so much of that action at the top of the mountain is just flat, and you can get a draft through those parts of the circuit. In these GT3 cars, not much of it is flat, and you've got to be really just getting the balance right. It's also a good circuit, I think, when it comes to the racing partially, because if you're the driver behind, you're willing to put more on the line. Yep. There's always more time to gain. That's something that I get frustrated with driving, where I'm like, well, I'm a second off the pace, and yet I'm feeling like I'm driving at 100%. You're never driving at 100% at Bathurst, because driving at 100% is skimming every wall and getting 3 0x's on every lap.
That was like the Verstappen lap for the pole at Bathurst 2 years ago. What a lap in the Audi in the dark. Yeah, I've watched that. I wish they shared the cockpit cam. They never did, right? It was always that the inside car but diagonal angle. Not gyro. I forget what it's called. Roll bar, I'm being told in my ear. But well, yeah, that's how close you got to get to the walls for the lap. I think he only did one lap. I think I remember him going across the line and almost being like, "That's it.
Yep.
I'll park.
Yeah.
Done. I achieved it."
He's yeah, like obviously that's a great lap. Have you seen his Charlotte lap as well?
No.
In the F3 car, he like broke the world record. This was during lockdown. This was a peak lockdown sim racing content, and yeah, he just perfects the lap in the F3 at Charlotte, absolutely bombing it into every corner. And yeah, that's a really cool lap. So yes, but, that's pretty much the track, and we will be jumping into it in just a moment. Then we will be going for a quick break. But when you are hearing our voices next, we'll be trackside and bring you through the qualifying action.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to Bathurst. We are currently in a 32-minute qualifying session. The first 10 minutes, of course, for the amateur drivers who are putting in their best efforts in at the moment. And of course, once again, thanks to VRS, the trailer that you just saw. And of course, if you want to head over to apexracingsim.com, you can get yourself some VRS equipment. And excitingly as well, you can now get a pedal base as well for your VRS pedals. So do go over there and you can get all the equipment that you want, whether it be the pedals, the wheelbase, or the wheel rim. So do check out apexracingsim.com for more details on that.
As we follow the Porsche, this is a car where we're going to see a lot of them run it max wing. Obvious reasons. It's a Porsche and up the top of the mountain. It's a very rear-happy car, but the problem is this car is going to be very slow for the rest of the lap. Now, I'm sure some of the drivers are managing to lower the wing, but you've also got the 75-minute aspect where they all know that one rear loss in this section is game over. So it's going to be very interesting to follow and see.
Big fan of Marlin's rig.
For sure. I assume there's no BOP, right? Here.
No BOP.
Okay, so Ferrari, BMW, and McLaren. If you're in one of them, you have, I'd say, 2% engine.
Well, we have got a lamp around the final corner. A-Guard moving ahead of him, but currently Jonathan Cook up at the top of the standings. Cook is yet to win an amateur meeting so far this season. He's finished second, I think, on 5 occasions. So looking to break that. He needs to start winning some of these amateurs because he needs to make up some points on Nikolai A-Guard. But currently he is doing that. 10th of a second clear. Arthur Merle, who's been in pretty good form recently, coming up to the line in his Audi. This is not looking like a great lap. In fact, I think it might be an out lap, so I don't think there's going to be any danger on the top positions, and he's going to go for a couple more attempts. Of course, one of the longest tracks, the drivers will be getting close to the sub 1 minute, sub 2 minutes by the end, but I think they'll be getting stuck in the 2 minute ones, 2 minute twos.
Yeah. So if anyone's listening and wondering why I mentioned of all cars the McLaren, it's the turbo cars. This is such a high altitude track that naturally aspirated engines get less oxygen. That
sounds about right, yeah.
Sounds about right. And iRacing do model this, so any car with a turbo, that being the BMW, Ferrari and McLaren, their turbo doesn't get saturated from the high altitude, so...
Is that the same effect in Interlagos?
Correct, the exact same. That's why you usually see the Macca there.
Sure.
Because, yeah, or the BMW or Ferrari.
I think the time has passed now where, I think a few years ago, when IndyCar went to Mexico City, we could maybe get that circuit. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon now. I don't think Mexico City circuit is visited by anyone but Formula 1. And Formula E, I guess, as well. Jonathan Cook around the final corner. This is looking like it's going to be an improvement. Some personal bests earlier on in the lap.
Yeah, Agard just needs to make sure he just maximises his points for today.
Did he improve? Maybe he got an off track.
Yeah, because his sectors looked like he had improved. Oh,
Lamal's had enough.
Yep.
You can gain an advantage by going on the pit lane entry here. That was a bit of a scandal a few years ago in the 12 hours where drivers were doing 1 second faster qualifying laps because they were coming into the pits on their qualifying lap.
Correct, yeah, and at the end of races on the white flag lap you could...
That is explicitly banned in the rules, I will say that. You're not allowed to use track cutscene exploits, I think that might be what the wording is, but yeah, the example is Silverstone last lap, because shockingly, drivers have attempted to do that in the past.
Yeah, I mean, the exploits people find, like at Daytona, it was Daytona that caused the idea if you serve a slowdown into pit road, you get a 40-second penalty. It's because people were blowing the bus stop.
It's mad that stuff like that that lasted like 10 years of people not doing that, and then someone's just like, oh yeah, of course I can do that.
Yeah, all it takes is one. iRacing's always been that way, very, like Formula 1, reactive. If something happens and it's known, like publicly, they publicly patch it. Even if they knew it was there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Brake dragging. iRacing definitely knew about that for over 5 years.
Yeah.
And then obviously it was once it started to become...
Yeah, but they still didn't do anything about it for ages, did they?
Yeah, they made the grass warm. No, that was something different.
Yeah, that's something different. Well, they definitely knew. They definitely knew stuff about that. And, didn't do anything about it.
That was the best meeting iRacing must have ever had. When people were grass tipping to cool their tyres, someone must have in the meeting gone, "If we make grass hot, it won't work." And they were like, "Done, do that." Right, next question. What's next on the agenda? Yeah, we're seeing Cook really stretch the BMW there. Like I said, Agard just needs to maximise his points. It doesn't look like... I mean, the Audi... I imagine the Audi's still a good car. I mean, it's very... Audi and Lambo have been very strong this season. Audi's got a lot of rotation. Really good track.
Ooh, too much rotation there.
Yeah, that's a tricky corner. Carry too much and the lap's gone.
Simon Livingston, Porsche Cup driver, saying that Cook looks like a rocket ship out there, to quote Fernando Alonso. And yeah, he is looking pretty good in P1. Chris Chatterton, I think referencing the Verstappen lap earlier on when he was saying jaw-dropping lap, and also Simon supporting Racing Lab Esports. Always have a lot of support, and do let us know who you are supporting for this event in the YouTube chat. And let us know any Bathurst 12-hour stories, because me and David, in the short time in the break between the studio and this, were regaling of our
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of Bathurst 12. Everyone's crashed on several occasions, so let us know how you crashed in 12 hours of Bathurst.
I'm calling it. That corner there where Mads just got the off track, that is it's such a difficult corner.
Murray's corner, yeah. It's quite a satisfying corner though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
because
so easy to get wrong. because it is just a simple 90 left. Like we've done this 1,000 times in the sim, but something about this cursed corner, as you're mid-corner, you think, wait, how did I mess this up? Like, I knew where to brake, I'm turning, but for some reason I know it's over. Very annoying corner. As we're watching Aaron Broderick in the BMW. Oh, we got... Oh yeah, the Sabside Simpson boys are all in different cars, aren't they?
Yeah.
Unity.
Coordinated attack.
Correct.
Stuff that you'd see in the RAF. Nikolai Agard in chat saying, great pace from Cook. Congrats on the P1 in AM Quali. Of course, Agard was P2 in AM Quali. So very good to see Nikolai so complimentary of his main rival. Only a tenth of a second the difference. But yeah, Nikolai's been very tricky to beat in qualifying recently. So that was a good effort from Cook.
Yeah, good luck in the race, Nikolai. Commentators are allowed to wish good luck, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's never been known to be cursed like in Formula 1, has it?
You I'd say are one of the least cursed commentators, I'd say.
Are you flirting with me, or I'm not used to compliments?
But we have other commentators, and you know, you go through periods as a commentator of cursing people, but I wouldn't say we curse too many people in this series. So we're fairly good at it.
No, correct.
We're good commentators.
There was a race where, no matter where our broadcasting crew looked at, that person was going to crash.
Sure, but that's not us.
It was almost like they knew.
Director curse.
It made our job really easy. Oh, look, this car. And we've cut to someone else.
Well, to be fair, that's just great directing. I mean, if you're just catching all the crashes, then that's just quality.
Before that happened.
Yeah.
I think they wasn't giving us a live feed. I think they saw.
Yeah.
Tricky section, this. Forest Elbow, is it called?
Forest Elbow, yeah.
See? I'm not just going to call it turn 9 or whatever.
What's turn 1?
It's a right-hander. Uphill.
It's not a right-hander. What are you turning?
Oh, it's a left-hander. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of T2.
So confidently as well. Well, I don't know what it is, but I can say something, right? Am I right?
I had a 50-50 chance. Yeah, it's the left-hander. Very similar to the last corner, actually. Just a bit wider on the exit.
Hell corner.
Hell corner.
There used to be a tree on the inside of the track, I believe, and so whenever someone drops it on a motorcycle, they would probably die, and so that's why they called it Hell corner. Del Piccolo to second position. He was very strong last time up, was Del Piccolo.
Upatali improving to 7th. Michael Hooper put in the lap. Got Van Horn in the Audi. The Audi, i.e. the lesser Lambo.
Yeah.
It does turn more though, a lot of rotation.
It sounded good under the gear changes there. Robert really revving that engine very high. It sounded pretty nice heading into Forest Elbow. And now underneath the Fuso bridge. Don't know what Fuso is. Don't think I'll ever know.
It's amazing how much fuel you can save if you lift now and run all the way down. Nice exit and patient, then you throttle. Amazing how much you can save, especially over a 12-hour race. You can save so much, it's ridiculous.
Even this one as well.
Yeah.
I mean, anything which is downhill, you stand to save a lot of fuel.
Yeah. Now, admittedly, we can't clutch like we used to, so the lap times do suffer.
Van Horn to 15th. Sure he'll improve on that. Adam Hedgecock in chat saying, we used to curse many drivers in the old GT league, didn't we, Sam? Remember a night of pure tennis puns as well. Yeah, we had a driver called Becker in the series.
Boris Becker.
And so one could not resist saying tennis puns all the time.
I know you like your tennis.
I do love my tennis. Unfortunately, I don't think we've got any tennis players in this, but I'll let you know. I'll keep an eye out on it.
Vizagali with a P5. So Agard's lap time's holding up well. Jonathan Cook's holding very strong. Rattiani is going for the 1 second pit cut. No, I'm joking. I don't know why. Is it?
I mean, I think did they actually just say no, that's not allowed, or did they move the limiter earlier?
I think
they just said no, you're not allowed to do that now. So someone could do it, but they would get a post-race penalty. Avanzini in 9th position at the moment. He has set a non-personal best Sector 1, so it's not looking good at the moment for Avanzini, but Sector 1 is, to be fair, just one corner, and so there are plenty more opportunities to gain. Turn 2, such a grippy corner. It's just cambered enough to really hook the car around. It's actually a fairly simple corner, and then forced elbow. Sorry, not forced elbow. This is the cutting. Really tricky on the rear, nearly hits the wall. And then this section is almost flat in these cars.
You can do flat.
Maybe we'll see someone flat later on. This one is flat.
Yeah, and this one just
nearly flat again.
Yeah, like 30% back to it, straight back to it.
Yeah, just the tiniest bit.
The problem with that curb with the different suspension, that outside curb can really send you to... This ain't it, Chief. No. I mean,
yelp. If he's out of the way, yeah, he's out of the way.
Yeah.
We're going to do a 10-point turn from there. Yeah, good circuit to have your a button map to turn off the TC. I'd recommend that to anyone. Any of the AM drivers watching along, map that button now, people, because you'll want to spin round later on.
Yeah, they've removed it from GTP. I do not know why.
Oh, really?
If I had to guess...
But you can still turn off the traction control, right? Like, surely it's still a dial, like a 1 to 12.
Correct. But they've got rid of the TC kill. Yeah.
Right.
Don't know why. That's a good point, though. I wonder if I could map a button to TC0. Don't know if that's possible. Must be.
Don't think that's possible. You have to really just quickly...
Couldn't I just over-map it to TC down, 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 down?
Yeah,
there you go.
So, yeah, make it really sensitive.
Problem is, I do add so many that even when I'm clicking it up, it's still going down. But yeah, it'd be nice, because, yeah... I mean, not that I spin, so I wouldn't really know. No, so I've never needed it. No. Right, as we follow our Andrew Picchio here. This is a really tricky corner.
You want to use all the space on the right, but the way that the track just bumps up
and
it just
cambers away from you as well. Yeah, this corner's definitely flat.
Yeah, it's flat for this one.
This corner's definitely flat, but you've got to get near the Etihad wall. Very nice. Oh, this is lovely line. Very nice.
It's almost like tobogganing.
Yeah.
Isn't it? In terms
if he
of
can
just trying to shave more big slide, but he's recovered it.
I couldn't tell if that was a slide or a wall tap.
It's definitely a slide.
First gear here for you at the bottom. I shift down all the gears here because I hate...
I cannot remember, honestly.
Any micro lock in here is awful. Very nice line.
No personal bests. I don't think this is going to be an improvement for him. Need to be a huge end to the lap. He was a few tenths down, so he backed off.
By the way, pit entry here, I go straight across. I cut the S's straight across the grass. I straight line the whole pit entry phase.
You get away with that, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you do it right, you don't even get 1x. Even if it wasn't, actually, I'm not going to lie, it's the only line I know. I learned that at the beginning, and that's still what I do today. My teammates just hold their breath, and they're like, what is he doing? Why is he coming in like that? Something wrong with the car.
Alessandro Torquio.
Hey, Alessandro.
Saying cheers, Sam, David, everyone. Alessandro, thanks for the kind compliments, but you need to get out on the circuit, mate. Pro qualifying has started, and he is one of the few pros, who is not on track. So get out there, Alessandro, and put it on the second row of the grid. Battiani still going. 3 personal bests on this lap so far. Pretty good Sector 4 and an alright Sector 5. If he keeps this up, this could be a top 6 lap here. I'm gonna go for 8th.
Yeah, it's his first sector, while fastest for him is well off 1, 2 and 3s.
Oh, come on, mate. Come on, mate. So nearly there. Really would have been a good call there.
Yeah, the pros are heading out. So Zach is doing last to first challenge today.
Yes, he is, but not out of choice.
Correct.
Zach had an incident earlier on in the season, and he had an incident last week. He has accumulated 6 license points, and that means that he gets a qualifying ban.
75-minute Bathurst. I know he's excited. I know deep down he's actually excited.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, he's not. He hasn't told me that. He didn't DM me.
No, but I thought you were going to lead that sentence to, oh, he's really disappointed of all the rounds that could happen. This would be the worst one because he actually had a good chance at winning this.
No, I will let you on one insight. How am I going to word this? He was super serious in this league. He wants to win. He wants to win the division for sure. He is taking it, yeah. He would love to. So, yeah, I mean, he's got a monster challenge today because, you know, the points were going his way, but this is going to be an awfully tough task ahead.
Yeah, he was helped out quite a bit. Porter had that DQ from Daytona. But Porter has just been so consistent. You get 2 drop scores as well. And besides that one Daytona round where he struggled, he's just been relentless.
Yeah.
Like top 5 in the standings every single race. And so Zach needs an appalling final 4 rounds, really, for Porter in order to bring himself back in. So too does everyone, really, in the pros, because Porter has won so many races this season. Eric Smith, I think, a little bit too close to these cars ahead. I think he was held up a little bit in the first part of the lap. At the front of this pack, I think is Harold Tortoise, or is it? No, I think it's Jacob Toffs, sorry. So Toffs will be the first one to put in that lap time.
They're all too close, yeah.
Who's that? Is that your Tortoise ahead? There's your Tortoise up ahead. So him and Toffs will be the first guys across the lap. I think Toffs is going to be a very tricky lap for anyone to beat here coming up from Toffs.
Yeah, I agree.
Only a bit faster than Hooper. Ah, there goes Bokler.
And 2:28. I forget what we saw in practice. Oh, that is one way to ruin your brand new lap. Agnini coming in. Let's look at his sectors.
And he's at the bottom. I can't compare this. My eyes aren't long enough.
No, correct. Is the fast first sector? No, P15.
Jalliston and Vandenesse, you're up to 10th and 11th.
Oh, teammates flying formation there. 1, 2, 3.
Here we go. What's it going to be from Porter? This is the one that we're looking forward to. Delaval to second. Porter to second. Caserta on provisional pole. What a lap that is from the Absolute Motorsport driver. I was not expecting that, but I mean, that's a terrific effort.
Yeah, they're really using the team card here very well.
Caserta with some pretty mediocre results. He hasn't had a podium all season, I think, Caserta. But he's right up there as it stands.
Yeah, no, he's been strong. He's just got very strong teammates and the competition's been really strong. We've seen Boaklev really step it up as the season goes along. Obviously, Toffs has been rapid all the time. Delaval is
always there.
Got quite the podium list. Ooh.
That's a wolf. So it's not going to be an improvement this time from Caserta.
No, that's for sure. Looks to a place to park.
So this lap from Porter, he is a 10th down in Sector 1, half a 10th up in Sector 2, half a 10th up in Sector 3.
Half a 10th down.
About 200s down in Sector 4. So he's about even right now with 2 sectors to go.
We've got Robert Van Horn in chat. It's a hard track if you've never driven it before in your life and didn't practice. Well, that's true of anything in life, let alone Bathurst racing. Correct. This is a very tricky track. This is a high-speed and technical track. This requires all the skills and confidence and tyre management. But I say this every time we're here because it needs saying every time we're here. The time Matt Malone did the 12-hour solo and 0x'd it. That needs always mentioning.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, did the whole 12-hour solo.
Is this pole position for Porter? No, it's not. 400ths of a second short. We'll still have another attempt. He's got to be quick about it. They've got about 50 seconds to spare. Caserta needs to... Caserta's already back in the pits, isn't he? Delaval, I don't know what Delaval is doing, unless he's doing for another lap. Delaval needs to get in the pits, get some fresh tyres on, get some more fuel in the car.
Vandenesse really needs to look for an improvement next lap, sitting at the moment down in 15th, and this lap has done him no real improvements apart from this last sector.
Simon Livingston asking, where is the Santa? I miss Rosseth Santa. He's making an appearance in the Apex Racing TV January Best Bits coming out next week.
Got Zach in chat. Man, I wish I could be out there. It's killing me. Zach, what would you have done? Tell us. What would you have done? A 2.024? Come on.
Yeah, what did you do in quali, in practice, sorry, Zach? I mean...
So quali ban, he can start on the grid right last. He just can't. He doesn't have to start from pit road.
Oh, okay. We're not harsh.
You're not animals. He did a 2.03.
Track is getting warmer. I would say that.
Yeah,
but yeah, he would have been good. He was about a 10th player of everyone in practice. So who can improve? Puozzi. Really not much from Puozzi. He was by far the best driver at Sebring last time out. Very strong as well in the round before. But not really with the pace tonight. He's got a lot of work to do. He's going to get the draft from Tots, who benefits from the drafts earlier on. But is Tots trying to let him past here? Yeah, Tots I don't think wants to lead this lap.
He's going to run out of time?
No, he's got time. He's got a minute. Oh, come on,
See,
guys.
this could be a pen, right?
They got out of the way.
Could.
I mean, I love this. The word that comes to mind ends with housery, but this is fantastic. I love this stuff.
Yeah, remember Monza?
Yeah, love it.
No.
People were like, "Oh, this is awful. This puts the sport in embarrassment." I'm like, "This is the most interesting qualifying session I've ever seen."
Hold on,
but the cars just.
I never talk about safety. I never do, but those approach speeds with people parked on the left and the right wiggling and stuff, and guys blasting through the middle.
Yeah, but that wasn't a problem at Monza because everyone was going slow.
Some people were finishing their lap.
Van der Nesse moves to 9th position now. The drivers need to be starting their laps now. Delaval, this is going to be his last attempt.
Yep.
No, this is it. He's on an outlap. What was that Andrea doing? I mean, Andrea just drove half the lap after his previous lap, didn't go back to the pits, and it's cost him an extra attempt. So
was he out there giving tow to his teammate somewhere?
No,
like waiting on one of the straights?
Because Porter messed up his T1. Towed back, or didn't even try to turn one, towed back. Meanwhile, Delaval just drove around by himself, did half the lap, and then, yeah.
Perhaps he was just trying a different bias or TC settings, you know. Maybe it's a hotter track, like you say, he wanted to try something.
How's this one with Seth? Not particularly great from him, but it's enough to get him into P4.
Questions from chat, from Ken. Sam, what's your opinion of Bathurst 12?
I did do a rating on the late Apex like 18 months ago. I might have to get the list up. It's all right. It's like middle one. It's a bit too tricky.
Yeah, and I'm not... Single class endurances will never really
Back when it had the Porsche
thing.
Cup.
Yeah.
Lovely. I always competed in this in the Porsche Cup.
I do like this race, but yeah. I always just remind my team, you know, let finish every lap. Yeah, finish every lap.
You're not thinking let's go fast. You're thinking
save
an element of that, but somewhere like Suzuka has a good balance.
For me, because all my sprint racing is mostly multi-class, so when I do 12 hours in a bubble, like if you get into a bubble in the race, we're 20 seconds ahead and 9 seconds ahead.
Look at that. I guess it's gone even faster now without a draft.
Yeah, that's an impressive lap.
He maybe had a draft from Porter, I'm not sure. So here comes Bokler. Improves, but not enough. It's okay, needing places. Remains.
He's been getting stronger and stronger, though, as the season tails off.
Yeah.
Look at that Ferrari BMW taught us with a banging lap in a Porsche. And then Ferrari BMW.
And that is the end of qualifying. Ken C saying, bring me the 8 hours of Long Beach. Wow. Just do IndyCar at Long Beach. Any race at Long Beach. That's demanding enough. So let's go through the grid then. And I think it's his first ever Apex Racing League pole. Marcello Caserta up ahead of his teammate Alessandro Porta. That is a very nice position for Absolute Motorsport to be in for this race start. Then it is Roman Bokler, Eric Rosseth, Aradis Utortas, and Andrea Delaval. Anders Meyer starts in P7. Then it's Alessandro Puozzi. Jacob Tofts will be disappointed with P9, I reckon, and Antoine Graman makes it 2 Delatraz cars in the top 10. There's Chris van der Nesse. Top of the proms again is Michael Hooper. There's Dan Jukea, Alessandro Torchio, Chris Chatterton, Jonathan Cook with another very strong performance. Hopefully it ends better than his race 1 at Sebring last week. Del Piccolo in 17th. There's Agard in 18th. Ubertali, Bisaglia, Bola, Sampaoli, Pagnini, Schwab, Rattiani, Merla, Avanzini, Hubler, Broderick, Flamal, Hedgecock, Van Horn, Ernst, Lauritsen, Delat, Semenov, and of course, Zach White, starting from last place. There's a slightly smaller grid tonight, so he's only got 36 cars to overtake.
Only. It is 75 minutes. Now, he is going to get a lot of them, but he's got... It's too big a task.
It's a really tricky track as well, because like we had Nick Madsen go from like 32nd to 1st in like half an hour in ARA Porsche Cup like a year ago. But that was at Le Mans. So he could just get onto the end of a train, shoot past, end of the train, shoot past, and just every single time. So he got to the lead, whilst all the front runners as well was fuel saving, he was just bombing it. And he nearly won the race. This place isn't like that, because even when you are shooting past people, you've got still at half the lap on the mountain where you're stuck behind them. Yeah,
it's going to take him a very long time, and there's a lot of wrecks he's got to avoid, and he needs to be careful with the slower drive. Not calling them slow, but slower to Zach, because you know your braking point, and all of a sudden you're up on their bumper.
Yeah.
Short pace lap. Here we go.
And he's a fantastic position for Absolute Motorsport to be in. You wonder if there'll be team games between Caserta and Porter to help Porter get the points he needs to take a step closer to that Pro Division Championship.
I think Caserta can win this if he wants. Porter's got enough points.
Let's hope.
Yeah, he does. They're here to race.
Caserta will lead them around the final corner. I'm sure he'll be on the comms so that they get a good launch for the pair of them. He holds on a little bit, but now he puts his foot down, and 75 minutes of racing has begun at Bathurst, and the Absolute Motorsport drivers in coordination into Hell Corner for the first time. Good start for Bokler to hold on against Seth. Drivers getting a little bit closer. There's a Ferrari up ahead. I think that's Delaval getting a bit of a poor exit. Your Tortoise gaining a place there, and I think Anders Meyer might be gaining 2 places. Meyer storming past and getting the slipstream from his teammate, and Meyer is going to be up 2 places immediately on this race start. Fantastic work. The outside line is awful through turn 2, but he's going to make it work, Delaval, and your Tortoise, who looked like he was going to gain a place, he's going to lose a place after.
He's going to lose to Toffs as well, I think.
And he might lose up to Toffs, who is also getting past at the cutting, mainly single file up the mountain, and it's still this man leading the way.
Do we think we can see, I'm going to go for a crazy prediction here, Bokler for the win? I
like it.
Yeah.
Very nearly won at Daytona.
Yeah, he's been getting stronger and stronger and finding his stride. He's in a good position here. If he can fuel save, BMW's a very stable car around here. I mean, I'm only considering BMW or Ferrari for the 12, to be honest. I'm not. Usually I'd test them all and test all the sets, but I'm not. Because like we spoke about, it's not actually about... If there's a tent to be found in the Porsche, I do not care. I love the Porsche, but I'm not going up the mountain in the Porsche for 12 hours.
Nice start for Caserta. He's already got 7/10 to a second ahead of the rest. He is in superb form tonight, is Caserta. Unusually, we are not copying the official series.
We've lost Thomas Anvisini, Sampoli.
Yeah. So there's been a crash. Oh, it's the teammates.
No.
It's the teammates. I feel like the ADX cars may have crashed into one another last week as well.
Yeah, let's see. We'll get a replay of that. But yeah, dropping like stones. They are last and last.
Zach White, by the way, up 9 places.
Hold my beer in one lap.
He is 16 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Already.
Yeah.
So that fuel saving and all that is helpful for jumping people, but it's not going to get him a top 3, top 4, because 16 seconds, like you say, is too much.
Your Tortoise still looking like he might go backwards. It's Antoine Graman, the next to try to launch an attack, but Graman with a poor exit from turn 1 and will not be able to make the launch. Heading into Corby Bend up the mountain strip.
Rafael Oliveira in chat. What's the next GT3 car? Mustang, Corvette? I think Corvette.
Yes.
But yes is the answer. But I think Corvette first. That's my guess anyway.
Next season, you reckon? I was having a think of this the other day, actually. I don't think it'll be this season because they were only taking photos of it like a month ago.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think the focus is on normalising the service, getting everything tweaked, the ABS, the contact ready for rain, get the racing surface ready, just laying a constant foundation for the rain, to be honest. Because we're getting excited for rain, everyone's really hyped. Like, oh my God, can you imagine IMSA? Well, we have to remember, it's only coming to 3 cars. That bit keeps getting forgotten. People are picturing, oh, let's do Porsche Cup or IMSA or Daytona 24. No, 3 cars. Ferrari, Formula Ford. All right, we've got some replays. This is the start. Nothing huge to report that we saw at the start. There was some 3 wides in the mid-pack. And
you can see your tortoise just got a bit squeezed on the inside there, and it really killed his run for the rest of the straight.
He did, and it got him on the wrong side of the track. Oh no, he got himself into it. Well, I would always pick the inside, but like you say, he did make this stick around the outside, then he just got a bit hung out to dry, I think, with Toffs as well. All 3 of them. Let's see, we never saw them.
He was a bit pinched here. Toffs just takes way more speed. He just cannot get to the left side of the circuit to cover it off. Grumman must have been very close as well into the cutter. But couldn't quite get it done.
All right, let's look at Sampaoli.
Oh, he's hit the inside wall, and he's going to take out his teammate. Oh, that's Merlin to the wall.
Oh, no,
it was actually separate.
Completely unrelated. They're just parked in the same...
Oh, well, it was sort of related. He got on the brakes in order to avoid his teammate, and someone else didn't care as much, so they hit him.
Do you think he overcompensated because it was his teammate?
Yeah, I reckon his teammate was probably saying, I'm spun at Forest Elbow.
Chaddington with a send, let's go, mate. Easy. Because you look at the traction. This is what we said. This was what Sam expected on lap 1. Like he said, the outside is awful. It is awful. There is no grip, no traction.
Yeah, I can't remember what series it was. Maybe it was I think it was Porsche Cup we visited this track. Really good round, actually, back in December, I think. And yeah, it was absolutely that all day long. Guys kept on trying it, and whenever they did, they lost a place.
Oh, there's someone in chat saying the big AWC with the post yesterday that showed the sim booting with BMW LMD of some sort. Good question, but my source is iRacing. It was iRacing that told us. Ferrari GT3, Formula Ford, and the 3 rain cars. Ferrari GT3, Formula Ford, and
was it Toyota GR86?
GR86, yeah. That's what iRacing told us.
Yeah,
so
I don't think it's going to be for anyone else.
Yeah, good point.
I'd like it to be in the Porsche Cup. That would make sense. Have the last round of Jack Pesk in the rain, plus Seb Job, quality driver, see if he can deal with a bit of moisture.
But yeah, no, I mean, I hope it comes to all cars on day 1, but it was iRacing that confirmed. Oh, as we go live to Zach, he is up 11. Hopefully he's got some music playing. Man, I've got to get him to start leaving on the broadcast on another monitor so he can hear our beautiful voice while he drives. I'll sort it out for next week.
What does he listen to whilst he's driving? Does he?
Jono.
Oh no! Oh, that's a mess. That's a mess. Okay, guys, just hold your brakes. Hold your brakes. Everyone gets past. You're making an extra chicane.
Hold your brakes. We need to find out who that green car is, because holding brakes was not in their vocabulary for the first 20 seconds.
Ubitali and Bisaglia.
Let's have a look at it.
No, that's Ubitali and Bisaglia. That's separate. They're taking each other off at Hell Corner. That was Chatterton and Walkio?
Yeah, was it in the last corner?
Yeah. That's a very slow car.
Yeah, missing the front half of their Audi, that's right.
Ubitali. I think that was the lap, but oh man. I'm seeing a preview of the replay. Oh, some drivers did a good job at avoiding. Some of your drivers did a good job at avoiding.
Yeah, what can I say? What can I say? I hold daily classes. No, I don't. They do all this by themselves. So we follow Caserta, Porter behind. The train goes all the way back to P7 with Toffs, and then Guraman is head of his own train line.
Guraman did get past your tortoise, so I think that's part of the reason why he lost so much time. Mel has now crashed. That's at a bad spot as well, right? Because
Yeah,
that
we
is
just
on
lost
the mountain.
Mel and... Who did we lose just then? No, I think it was just Tokyo towing maybe, I'm not sure.
Sorry to bring it back to rain, but when it comes to rain, can we have rain, but just drive on slicks?
Well, here's the question. What about the race series that do not offer wet tyres? I'm sure, I haven't checked, I don't really know all the disciplines in IRL, but there must be a discipline in iRacing that iRacing has where, in real life, there are no wet tyres. Oval, I'm hearing.
What about pro trucks?
Yeah,
You know, you're going to have the same tyres.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. It'd be exciting to...
Because, I mean, you could still have very fun races where there's a bit of rain.
And then it's going to replicate IRL where if it rains and you're in an F1 car, we have to wait for red flag before you put inters on.
Oh,
no rain tyres, you put the inters on. Aye. Aye. Let's not do rain and F1 on the same speech. It will descend.
Oh, we've got Motorsport Games next.
Yep. As we watch Martin Schwab. Oh, he leans down for aerodynamic drag reduction there. That's what I do when I'm driving, yeah.
I'm always doing that when I go karting. It's an absolute must. Yeah. Could improve my driving technique, but no.
He's got his guitar visible. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a proper acoustic guitar, huh?
Yeah. As opposed to the non-acoustics.
Or you mean like
yeah, I know.
an electric guitar? Don't say stuff like that, right? I expect it to be an electric guitar, right?
Yeah, sorry, sir. So let's see, where is Zach? Whoa, what happened? He's up 18.
Yeah.
Was that...
Now,
oh, yeah, staying out of the accidents.
Yeah, of course, 2 drivers binned it at the last corner, 2 drivers binned it at the first corner, so that was 4 places through.
But avoiding all of these moments is the scary, but this is the part where it starts to statistically go against you because you're going to get caught in one of them.
Annoying thing for Zach is on that last lap he lost 3 seconds to the leaders because of the traffic.
Yeah.
This lap, next couple of laps he's got clean, so...
But then, yeah, the more unfortunate thing is it's... Ahead of him isn't slow people. It's not like he's got Rattiani, Pagani and Agard. Like, it's not like these are just
I think
in his way people.
Drivers though, aren't they? Particularly Agard, he's not gonna worry about seeing him. Earliest you could come into the pits, not too far away. You could pit in like 6 minutes and get to the end of the race.
No
fuel
no.
limit.
It's a 75-minute race, mate.
Yeah, there's no fuel limit.
Oh, there's no fuel limit.
There's no fuel limit, no.
I'm just trying to think if there's cheesing going on then. I wonder if Zach would have run low fuel. I'm just thinking. No, it would be too risky. Because if you get stuck in traffic, then you'll
Well, you can't afford to run low fuel because you'll have to take more fuel later on in your pit stop.
Yeah, but it'll give him that edge to do the overtaking.
I mean, yeah, you might.
I'm not saying low fuel.
But like these cars are like 1.3 tons. Like,
yeah, no, I'm just
40
thinking.
litres got me.
Just thinking, so you can take full fuel. Yeah, obviously the OP strat is the start of it all because when you start with a fuel, you get it for free, whereas when you pit, it takes time. Of course.
And you can take 2 free tyres as well if you so choose. You're taking up fuel.
Oh, it's some more replays coming in. Oh, it's Chris. Whoa.
Not sure who that Audi was who got the extra contact, but yeah, that was your driver. You did a very good job of avoiding.
Yeah, I thought that was that green car's fault for reverse and trap. You actually almost go spring-loaded backwards. It does take Chris a little while to get into the brakes, but that didn't look like it caused much of a pile-up. Oh. Brilliant avoided.
Great chicane. Oh no. So I think Zach is going to go for an early pit stop in that case.
So that was Zach picking up a little front-end damage from a BMW who wants to become one with the wall.
Yeah, I mean, you still need 2/10 off the leader's pace, so it's not affecting him too much.
As we're on board with Van den Essay. Oh, I love overtaking here. Although it's not as easy as it used to be. There's no draft.
Lift? Well, small lift.
Wrong gear, mate. I think it's third.
Yeah. Where do you think you'd be out of these drivers?
Depends what car I'm in. If I was in the Ferrari...
I think you'd probably be between Tofts and Graman, right?
No. I'll be battling with Barclay, mate. 100%. thank you
Okay.
for your vote of confidence.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that you're going to be ahead of 7.4k Alessandro Piozzi.
No comment.
So you're saying you're higher? You should be higher than 7.4k?
No. Definitely shouldn't. Hey, it's all about qualifying here. Last time I raced here competitively in GT3s did go really well, but I was grinding hard for Bathurst. But Ferrari was for me back then. No, I would like to be racing Rosef. Seems like a really good dude.
Yeah, still only 4.3k.
Yeah.
Cook still leading out of the AM drivers, and comfortably so. It was a disappointing round last time for Cook. He was throwing in the towel of the championship after race 1 because he was leading by a country mile.
Oh, of course, that was him.
Yeah, and then recovered fairly well in race 2, but still scored less points than Agard. So he needs a good points haul tonight, but unfortunately for him, he's only got one car between him and Agard. Of course, Agard will probably be overtaken eventually by Panini and by White, which will help him a bit, but then, let's face it, Cook will probably be overtaken by White as well. So he can only drive his own race, but it doesn't look like he's going to take much out of the championship lead.
Yeah, hopefully Zach's car is okay. The BMW was moving, so it should be okay. But yeah, he was just completely blindsided to it. By the time the other car moved out, bam, there's a giant BMW attached to the wall.
Watch out for Zach. I would not be surprised if he comes into the pits, because he is now in trouble.
I don't know. You're awfully difficult to pass with high fuel.
Although, yeah, once he gets him, then he's got a bit more clean air, so White can probably push a bit longer. Nice livery. I'm liking this one. Purple
Vermilion, yes.
I'm not familiar with Vermilion.
All I know is he was very excited to join them as they specialise on... well, not specialise. They focus on the supercars at Bathurst. So I know he was very... Oh, we see a bit of damage there in the mid-right of his car. Yeah, I've drove with Zach on many of endurances.
So I found out why... Do you know what Vermilion means?
Reddish.
Do you actually mean that, or did you look at my monitor?
I looked at your monitor accidentally when you said...
A vivid reddish orange. So that's why it's such a nice orange, because that's what the team is dedicated towards, a shade of orange. A shade of red, sorry, my bad. Well, reddish orange.
I suppose reddish orange is a shade of orange.
Or is it a shade of red?
No, it'd be an orangish red, right? I'm not sure. Okay, so the train goes all... Yeah, Satov Synchroman's, what, 5 and a bit seconds back? 6 seconds back.
This angle gives me a little bit of anxiety watching the drivers. It just seems like that you can't quite see the size of the car. I think whilst over there, we did look like Porter was going to snag the wall, but I think he got away with it.
Gran Turismo and Formula 1's like this, isn't it? This view?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, even when I was like 7, I think I was using the cockpit view.
Yeah.
On the F1 Games F1 2002. EA sports game.
When I was, I grinded Gran Turismo a bit on stream for like 2 weeks when it came out, 7. I hooked it up to my entire sim rig without using any official, well, I shouldn't be saying this, any official PlayStation gear. I used all my own equipment with a lot of wires. People would come into my chat and tell me it's slower in the view I'm racing. I was using cockpit cam.
Sure.
And my brain was like, what do you define, what, explain. It's like, but you can see more. I'm like, yes, thank you. I'm aware that if I sit on the bonnet, I can quote unquote see more. But why do I want to see more?
Do you think that's what Mercedes needs to do in order to become more competitive in Formula 1? Is to strap George Russell to the front wing in order to gain those extra few tenths?
I think they should just invest their money in McLaren and leave.
Ow. I mean, he did that.
Yes.
And it worked all right, I guess.
It did.
Keeping tabs with Rosset, I wonder if there's going to be a swap, because Rosset is now 1.4 seconds behind. I don't think they need a swap. Of course, it was Maya who let past was Seth at Daytona on the run to the line.
Correct, yeah.
It was very generous. Maybe return the favour. If Maya is faster, I don't think Maya's necessarily faster. And after all, Seth's only losing about a tenth a lap to the guys ahead, but they're just gradually losing time. Delaval very much keeping honest, and Tofts as well very much there in P7. Livingston saying driver of the day should go to Zach because he's gained 19 positions. Well, you don't usually do a driver of the day. Sometimes I have the idea of maybe we should have most entertaining driver of the day.
I like Livingston's message, but he's underperforming. If he ends with only 19, it's been a poor performance from Zach.
Oh, yeah.
So how could he get driver of the day?
Well, yeah, but he's only 18 minutes, isn't he? Come on.
Yeah, well, this isn't a timed event. Well, I know it is.
Well,
Wait,
is,
I know.
yeah,
All right, I messed up. I messed up. Oh, okay.
I couldn't have described it worse myself.
Okay. You win.
I think he's going to come into the pace on this lap.
No way. He's got a low fuel car. He's going to be sending it, mate. He does not want fuel. He wants to go. No way.
Ah, Scott. Well, I'll make one of these calls right at some point. That's a mess. That is a mess. I mean, you can see that Zach stayed as tight as he possibly could, but I'm sure if you watched it from Panini's point of view, he probably felt like he left more than enough space. It's just a narrow second.
I stay out of it in case I'm called bias. He did look like he was alongside, but yeah, we was on. We always need both point of views.
26 seconds now is the gap. Oh, this is a nice key. Gaman got past Utortus earlier on, and since then they have all been stuck behind him. Utortus just was so struggling in the first couple of laps. And if he didn't, then I think he'd be quite a lonely 8th place, but instead he's got to do a lot of work to get past Gaman. Ken C saying he is seeing the Vermilion.
Oh, okay, Ken wins.
I really like.
That was
We
clever.
won't say something better than that all season long.
No, that's brilliant. Shout out to Toss, by the way. P7 in a Porsche. That's impressive work. But 13 seconds off, showing how much of a... Oh, no, 5, sorry. My eyes are not as good as they used to be. 5 seconds off. Because you saw you taught us, like, quali well, but he's just gone backwards. What position was he? Qualification? Yeah, he's down 4.
Yeah, he lost them all on the start. And not really showing any signs of coming back on this straight. Drakea.
So Zach is past Paganini now.
Oh, here comes Ascend.
Yeah, nicely done. Drakea's had a good season.
Also being changed, White's got past Agard.
Yes. Tortoise just got her ahead of Grumman.
And White's got some dull laps coming up now. 9 seconds. It's probably going to be another 20 minutes until he catches another car.
I think he's looking forward to seeing no other cars in front of him for a little bit. No, he's up 21. Now we're talking.
Broderick into the pits. I think he might be our first pit stop of the day. He can easily get to the end of the race from here.
Interesting though. I mean, you probably can't take the 2 tyres now pitting this early, right? Because the amount he needs to put in probably isn't. Not sure.
Well, you put the same amount of fuel in regardless. I mean, if he started on full tank, then it doesn't matter when you pit. You always put the same amount of fuel in.
It's not my evening, is it? I don't know why I didn't. Yes, you're correct. Of course you're correct. Okay, so quick story then. Last night, smoke alarm at like 3 in the morning went off on low battery. I woke up, was like, what is that sound? Went out into the hallway and this smoke alarm's going mental. Had to get like a ladder, screwdriver, took it off, pulled it off, it kept beeping, had like a backup battery. So I went to find another battery and you guessed it, no battery.
Was it double A?
No, it was one of those big fat square V9 where anyway. So I had the ingenious idea. I found a stack of towels, went downstairs, covered the thing in towels, then went back to bed. First thing this morning when I bought a battery. And that's why I'm off tonight. Right, some more replays coming in.
Ooh, big hit for Panini. Oh, I need... Oh, was I leaving a whole lot of space there, Zach? It was just about clear.
Yeah, nicely done. Okay, so this was the...
Panini did turn in a bit early, I must say. From the off-board, at least.
Yeah, actually looked like a little bit of netcode, and that's what over-rotated him into Zach. So Zach probably thought he just tried to crush him off the line, but I think it was a little bit more innocent than that. I think he actually picked up a bit of a netcode and it swung him into Zach. Oh, A-Guard's having a look at Pagnini. So maybe a little bit of damage there from Pagnini with the wall hit. It's a coin flip, isn't it? The walls at Bathurst.
Oh man, this is a slide. We'll get a replay of this soon, but Aaron Broderick is a lucky man.
I think I know what I'm going to say when I see the replay, and it probably has something to do with tyres and cold. Yeah. You don't spin BMWs, so yeah, I should be on brand new tyres. Or worse, brand new fronts. Because that car looked weird.
Ah, it's a coordinated attack from Simsport. Rob, Bert, Van Horn coming into the pits.
Thomas Hansen in chat, evening. What? Australian versus European internet causing netcode hits? Unbelievable. It's got a point.
Yeah. Albeit what I would say is that Zach is not Australian.
Australian-ish. New Zealand, right?
I think he's a New Zealander.
Yeah, he is, yeah. A Kiwi.
Still top 3 all together. Then there's another 3. Jacob Toss is all by himself now. And then it's this lot. This could be a move here. Apologies, your Tots has got past. My bad. Tots has got past command.
Yeah, I did mention it when all that hoo-ha was going on. So it was all good. I tell you, my predictions can still happen. Boatler's looking like he's got everything he needs to win this race, apart from...
I mean, it's the teamwork though ahead.
Correct.
That's his, I mean, and that's what lost him at Daytona, right?
Yeah.
That time it was the Racing Lab esports drivers of Maya and Rossetti teamed up on him. Tonight it's the Absolute Motorsport drivers of Caserta and Porter. Thomas Hansen saying that he actually lives in Australia, so I should shut up really, shouldn't I? Stop being condescending. Hey, Mr. Oh, someone's engine's blown.
Oh, Michael Hooper's in.
Appenzini's engine is just blown. I don't think he's actually in the server, Appenzini. I think that car's been just stuck there for a while. And so the engine eventually expires. But yeah, Bolt's called up on Hooper to come into the pits. He was in a great place. He was coming out of traffic.
The reason why I'm confused about pitting so early is tyres. Because even if you did stick on some, a fresh set of 4, you've got such a long way to go. And you said the track temp's rising, correct?
Yes. I don't think you'd take 4 tyres though, would you?
No.
Like, you'd lose you too much time. That'd be an extra 8 seconds in the pit stop. 15 seconds for Hedgecock, who's coming out of the pits. Sam Paoli next into the pits as well. Who's already... He hasn't pitted already, Sam Paoli. Don't know why Sam Paoli's so far back. I feel like he collided with someone earlier on.
How far did you say Zach was back? 6 odd seconds? He's 6.8 off of Del Piccolo.
Yeah, he's going there. He is going there.
Sampoli into the pits, but unfortunately his race was kind of scampered by with his incident with
Was that the first elbow one? Or was that the turn 1 one?
I'm not sure.
Maybe that's the turn. I think Ubertali was certainly turn 1. He had an instant.
There's one more with Delat and Broderick. Getting feisty.
Broderick, of course, already pitting.
Yeah.
These guys will be lapped in... Well, Delat, I think, will be lapped in about 15 minutes' time if he doesn't pit. Next up to overtake him is Tokyo. Ooh, Van Horn's in the wall again. He is not having a good time of it right now as Van Horn. And this is going to be a risky move. We'll sort this one out.
I don't think that's Van Horn, I think it's Broderick. Unless you saw someone different.
No, sorry, I was being wrong.
We're nailing it tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been brilliant.
Only getting better.
Yeah, it's great.
Our prime.
Yeah.
Izzy Pop saying, "Go on, Mr. Hedge, you can do it." How is Adam getting on? It's currently
He is
P26, but has pitted.
And up 5, yeah, so things are looking good.
Probably not got a chance at the AM title anymore. He did lead in the early stages in the AM Championship, but I feel like he had a bad Daytona and missed maybe 1 round as well, so hasn't quite been able to keep up that attack on A-Guard and co.
Yep. And he's got Van Horn in front of him here, so it's over. You can't pass these Samsung Simsport cars, correct?
Of course not, no.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fortunate to even have him in sight.
Okay, Torquio having a look. Well, he's not going to get it done here. I mean, if he can stay this close into 1, makes a lot of sense.
It's been one of the worst laps, I think, of Torquio's life, because he has lost a lot of time here. He made I mean, you can see how frustrated he's becoming, but I mean, it's not Delat's fault. Delat's just driving his racing line. Torquio's already made a pit stop, and he's losing a lot of time.
I'm seeing Torquio's pit is quite long.
Oh yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah, something like that.
Could that be a 40-second hold?
It'd
still be quite a long
40,
pit
55.
stop.
Yeah, still a long one. I do agree, there's probably a 40 in there.
Ooh, someone's... Vaseth spinned it. Vaseth was ahead of Maya, and yeah, he crashed. And so that is why he's going into pits. We will get a replay of that in a moment.
Yeah, getting that replay soon. Yeah, all I can suggest is 40-second penalty and 4 tyres. That's the only way it checks out, I think. I can't think of any other way. Greg Hubler looking good in the other Samsung Simsport car choice.
Yep.
The Ferrari, the Audi, the BMW. So they work together on setup development, you can see.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like to help with the diff settings. Oh, it's brilliant.
So Vaseth is coming out around these guys, but I think he's just ahead of them.
So there is a
There
fast
he is.
pair in this series still, isn't there? Yep.
There is, yes.
Okay, so that plays in his hand. Well, we'll have to see how much time he lost on that previous lap.
For Bathurst 12 hours, would you have a faster pair?
No.
I would have it available for splits 2 and down.
My problem with faster pairs, that people always forget, is the big problem, is that you drive your hunk of broken car for 90% of the lap, because you know if you get into pits, you can get it fixed up completely, regardless of how many people's races you ruin. That's my problem. It's a big problem. Because your car's dead, you pull over to the side and you tow.
At the same time, that's for 1 lap. It's better than if someone gets a faster pair, then they can have that car fixed. At least they're not doing the remaining 11 hours.
But the need of the many outweigh the need of the one. That one person driving around with their broken car for 80% of the lap so their race isn't ruined. No, I don't like fast
It's
pairs.
that point. Certainly for top split, we shouldn't have it, but yeah, I think for the others it might be fun.
Okay, replay's coming in. So this is Broderick.
This is the slide.
Yeah, this is the cold tyres. I assume... I mean, that looks really weird, like new fronts. Because how do you... I mean, BMW's barely turn, let alone spin. Oh, what?
Ooh, that's
Is that
so
wheel failure?
That's why Hooper came into the pits.
Do you see his wheel? Oh, mate.
It's like he's let go of the wheel.
Yeah, he went to get a drink, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that quite well.
He thought, how strong is my force feedback?
Yeah.
That's strong.
That's strong.
Oh, Rosette didn't do a whole lot wrong there.
So how much time do you think he lost? It looks like he's only going to lose about, what, 5 seconds? So does he just bottom? No, he tracks completely left on it. Yoicks, he almost saves it.
Nice square hit at least onto the wall. Would have minimised the damage, but it still came in anyway.
Yeah, he's not going to lose too much there. Like 3 positions at most.
Maya taking the tightest line possible in order to...
But that's what I meant by the Bathurst lottery. You can hit a wall twice as hard at Bathurst and nothing go wrong, or yeah, you completely square hit it and suspension damage, steering damage, and a 9-minute pit stop.
Sindre Silva in chat. Very competitive driver.
Nice.
Hope you're well, Sindre.
Not me doing research for Sunday.
I'm not sure what's going on Sunday, but whatever championship it is, best of luck for her. Buotti being chased by Van Nesse and Joker, but he's got a bit of clean air now. He has dropped actually a bit away from your Torts and Graman. Matched them on that previous lap, but overtaking has been tricky so far. These guys now 18 seconds off the race lead. Porsche Cup, I think they're racing in. This might be the Norwegian Championships, perhaps, which seem to always be going on.
Do you have to be Norwegian?
Oh, it's Sindri, not Norwegian.
No, I was going to ask if I can take part.
Oh, no, yeah, I think you have to be Norwegian. Yeah.
What about an honorary citizen?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Because I could get knighted.
Whoever the... Wait, is it Norway who recently got a new king, or... No, that's Denmark, I think. Yeah, Denmark recently got a new king. Norway probably have a king. Go over there.
Yeah, just speak to the king. Get you sort it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Say, I want to take part in this sim racing competition. And you'd be like, yeah, sure, mate.
Here's a passport.
Yeah.
Zach is head of Rousseff. But obviously Zach still needs to pit.
Yes, yeah. Rousseff is the highest placed driver who has pitted so far. Sindri Silva confirming that it is the Norwegian Championships on Sunday. And everyone in... like, honestly, the Norwegian drivers, whenever we have an interview with a Norwegian driver in ARL, every single time they'll say, oh yeah, I'm just doing this to prepare for the Norwegian Championships. Every single time, as Rattiani just about squeezes past Agard there. And so, yeah, I'm not surprised that all the Norwegians in this series are taking part in the Norwegian Championships, because it's a big deal.
Thomas and chat. I'll protest David joining just because I can. Someone who recently become a Twitch mod is going to look at that, having that removed, I think. I think he's forgetting himself.
We've never had someone reported for being, like, not allowed in the series due to nationality. Apex Racing League is open to everyone, even people from like, the moon are welcome to participate.
Jackson White saying the Bathurst 12 hours next weekend. I thought it was a weekend. Oh, right, yeah.
Here comes a move from Van der Nesse on Pluotzi. He's pulling marginally ahead, and I think he's going to be clear when they go into the chase. Excellent work there from the Porsche driver, and he's been able to put a move on Alessandro Pluotti. That one has been coming for a little while. Pluotti had lost the jump from the drivers ahead, and once he had done, Van der Nesse was always going to have a much better chance.
So Bathurst isn't next weekend, right? It's the weekend of the 24th, right? Or is it not?
So Daytona is next weekend. Bathurst, I think, is the weekend after.
Ah, so Jackson's wrong. Because
I'm not sure, I might be wrong.
This weekend's the 10th, right? Next weekend's the 17th, and Bathurst is the 24th, I thought.
I think so.
Thank God. Otherwise, I can't do it. On board reporter here. See what you can do with... Is that Van der Nesse ahead? Yep. So let's look at the lead. Caserta with 3/10 off Porter. Still the train with Buckler in. Obviously, Myers now a bit of a gap, but I assume that has all to do with the Rousseff incident. Jacob Toffs is a step back from Andrea van der Hau. He taught us 8 seconds off. Not having the easiest race out there today. His confidence seems to be lacking. Tokyo into the pits.
Yeah, still the vast majority of drivers yet to come into the pits.
All right, chat confirming that I haven't gone mad. Okay, good.
Good.
Good, good.
You've got time to prep still.
What's prep? I'm excited for the race. It's, yeah.
By the way, shout out to one of the sponsors for this series, Apex Racing Academy. Because we want to get faster on iRacing, Apex Racing Academy is the place to go to, where you can get data packs, which include setups and track guides and everything you need in order to get faster as a driver. Designed by some of the best drivers in all of iRacing. We recently finished the Apex Racing Academy Porsche Cup, and one of the biggest compliments that drivers had in that series was the coaching that accompanied it, because all the drivers got a free Apex Racing Academy subscription, and everyone had very kind words for Michael Yanni, the Porsche Cup coach.
He's
so thoroughly recommend trying out Apex Racing Academy, especially if you're into Porsche cuts, but really any cars on iRacing, because yeah, you get that fantastic coach tuition. You always have a lot of time to give to drivers for them to get better, and yeah, it has worked wonders for many drivers in the past.
Okay, so we've got people boxing. Flemmel, by the way, took 4 tyres, but he's only 1.2k rated, so he might just be looking out for himself there.
Yesterday we had Mugello 75 minutes. Drivers were doing 2-stop jets for the because of the tyres.
I'd rather run on rims.
It did not work.
No.
Mugello pit lane is like 30-second loss at least. I think it's more like 40 seconds loss.
Yeah.
Just trundling down there. So it did not work.
I miss the days of the GT triple quad stinting. Telling your teammate, because obviously you'd pay for the driver swap back then, because things were a lot different back then. Everything cost.
Yeah.
So I remember, you know, he's been out there 3 hours and you've muted him because you're talking tactics. So you come on the radio like, how the tyres feeling? And he's like, no, guys. He's like, yeah, we're gonna get you to do one more stint. Guys, I need to drink. I need to go to the toilet. The tyres are dying. Yeah, just. And it was what, 55-minute stints back then.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh. Just one more, 4 hours, and we're promised we'll box you. Oh, no, I miss those days. And some drivers in your team would be really quick, but could only do 2 stints. Like, they would literally be tearing their tyres off. I miss those days for endurance racing. It had a whole different element to it. Or, this could be interesting. Must not hit the inside curb. Nice. And then this is the tricky part going around the outside. You lose so much time. He's got it done. I say that, but the Porsche does have the better traction, but the outside line is not ideal here. Let's see, not ideal, the outside line.
He's left in space.
Yeah, but still.
Oh. No. And that's in the wall. For Alessandro Pozzi, he was having an awful time, but he has still yet to take his pit stop, so if he has got a bit of damage, he can take that pit stop.
We'll try and get a replay of that, see if it was just netcode, but yeah. Around the outside, not so easy. Wait, Jackson White. Oh, Jackson, you're talking about the real one. Got ya. We're all talking about the sim one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real one.
I will let you into something. The reason why it's at Bathurst this weekend is that I thought the special event was a week before the real line, like all the other special events, but it's not. It's the week after. So that's why Bathurst is on the schedule when none of the officials are visiting it. And that's why it's a 75-minute race, because I thought this would be great prep.
It's still good prep, mate. It's still good prep.
It's good, it's prep. Yeah, everyone can thank me, but yeah, it wasn't absolutely well designed. Physically, past Schwab, neither of these guys have actually pitted. Physically, he's having an awful time, but he crashed earlier on. And so we didn't need to take a pit stop. And so he's up to 19th now, but that will turn into 30th.
It's important you run your car as long as possible at Bathurst. I just think low fuel is such an advantage here, so I would run it till the E sign is about to go up on my tank. I think I would just run it down, use those low fuel laps to get some passes done. I tell you what, my call for Bokla is looking better and better as this race transcends. Transcends?
Wow, you're really getting philosophical, aren't you?
Yeah, energy drink really kicked in there, and I even got one. I will have one soon.
It's like sitting next to Plato. He was doing some amazing country, coming out with stuff like that.
Yeah, I think Bokla's looking stronger and stronger. It no longer looks like he's following Porter, it looks like Porter's in his way.
As if he lifts and coasts here much?
I'd reckon so, yeah. Want to lift just as the concrete patch comes up. The darker wall on the left, sorry.
A little bit of a lift. It is uphill, so it's not perfect.
But yeah, the Bathurst 12, it will just... yeah, it's going to be a lot of fuel saving. A lot.
Broadsy did come into the pits.
Word of the day.
Oh, he's taking at least 2 tyres. Let's see if he takes more than that. No, he's back on there. Back set down. Hang on, what's that 2 tyres? I mean, he was only...
Yeah, 12 seconds, that's fast, man. Fuel saving as well.
But I mean, he was only on the jets for like 8 seconds there. That's like the quickest 2 tyres I've ever seen. 4 tyres should take 24 seconds. maybe a bit less than that, maybe 22.
No, 24 litres.
No, I mean 4 tyres should take 24
Yeah,
seconds.
sorry,
Right?
I never work in seconds, I work in litres. So 2 tyres is 25 litres, 4 is 49 litres. Because seconds doesn't, what does that mean to me when I'm driving? If I see how much I've got of fuel, if it says 20, then I know, okay.
Sure, yeah, I mean the time is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't change the time.
Correct, yeah, that's a result of the pit, yeah. So like some races I'll see if after 3 laps it's telling me 24.5 or 25 litres, I'm thinking, well, why fuel save? Like, I might as well just gun it and take lefts and go out there and be quicker rather than fuel saving, pit, and now I'm not, what am I doing? Just not putting in fuel while I'm waiting for my tyres. I might as well put in some fuel, but now I don't need it, you know? It's a catch-22.
Can you pronounce this word?
What word, sir? No.
Spatios. I'm usually quite good at like names on the grid, but I cannot get my head around this. Perspatiacious.
Precipitous? Precipitous?
No,
I think it means... Perspicabous. I think it's to do with... I think it means like well-versed, spoken well.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, very well spoken, aren't we? Yeah.
I just can't say it. Well, I probably could have if you hadn't said your weird attempts. I thought you were talking about rain.
Precipitation.
Yeah, thanks.
Perspicacious. Perspicacious. Okay. Thank you, Teak. Panini and Bizaglia, the next drivers in. We've now had about half the drivers come into the pit so far in this race. We are not expecting the drivers to be able to
I could do with a panini. Ham and cheese panini.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could do with that right now.
I spent the entirety of lockdown just eating ham and cheese paninis.
I spent the entirety of lockdown sim racing. That was the journey I went on. That was when it all began for me. Streaming, YouTube, everything.
Yeah.
The whole of lockdown.
Ah, good times, eh?
Yeah, 14 hours a day, I'd say.
Seriously?
Seriously. Well, because all the F1 pros, like all the people I met, like I was working very, very, very late hours, like 4 in the morning. Like it was insane, mate. I was trying to build something at the time. Now I can't bother. I'm just coasting.
Oh yeah, just
clutching. I'm lifting the clutch right now.
Resting on your laurels.
Yeah, correct.
The complacency.
No, it's old and tired. No, it was long days.
So there's not really any point in Bokler coming in for the cut. He'll just come out into traffic.
Yeah,
he'll have
he
more
needs
fuel, and you'll probably have about the same tyres. Oh, something happened to Hubler. I think he's binned it at Forest Elbow.
Oh no. Well, yeah, he's in the pit. Let's see. We'll try and get a replay of that.
He's about 50 seconds behind these drivers.
He's
That's a shame.
Good dude, is Greg. No, it's unbiased. I'm trying to be. I am being unbiased there.
I can testify for that one.
Oh, excellent. He is in long. This is looking like 4 tyres or something serious.
No, Hubler towed back.
Oh, he towed?
Yeah.
Oh. That's a shame. We will take a look.
Meyer catching these guys, actually. He was 3/10 fast on that last lap. If he keeps on catching by the rate he is, he will be on to these guys in the last 10 minutes. But I think that last lap may have been a slight exception to the rule.
Yeah, I think the man out there on the move is Meyer and Oakler. I'm not sure if the Italian guys are just managing something. Not sure. Oakler looks like any moment's going to be the moment. It's because I predicted him to win. He must have heard it and was like, do you know what? Let's make it rain.
Got a lot of confidence in a man who's currently running a P3.
I do. I know what it's like to not run in the lead. Mr. Tonka, thank you for the sub to the Apex Racing TV channel.
Yeah, of course, got many more broadcasts coming up as well. I think Radicals is currently on right now. Radicals is actually usually a pretty good race, so do recommend checking that out. That's the official series.
So that's one thing about YouTube Live that people forget. We're live twice right now, right?
Yeah.
There are other Me and Yous, the AI version, covering this, right? Covering the other one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're basically, because this is actually pre-recorded, our commentary. So we turn up on Monday and we record all our lines, and then we put it over the top of the live footage for this.
Correct.
It's very efficient.
It is. It's nice to see Zach leading by 8 seconds. Oh wait, this doesn't work anymore. I didn't know about the Q-band.
We can record it separately as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm recording on Monday, you're recording on Tuesday, but yeah, it just works.
It just works. Yeah, that's weird to me when I saw the channel live in 2 places. That's weird.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing in my ears, we've had 3 simultaneous before.
Lockdown was a busy time for the channel.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Your Tortoise not being able to drop Command. These guys have been glued to one another. Your Tortoise started ahead, then Command got ahead.
Yeah, Command's going to clear him for sure. He's
Tortoise
following so closely.
Yeah, but your Tortoise only passed him like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, but still, 2-3 tenths. If you get into that window, then something's wrong.
And then Nesse catching these guys slowly. By the way, the Maya hype very much died very quick. Maya, I was getting hyped that he gained 3 tenths on the leader. He just lost 4 tenths. So not looking great for Maya. Currently in P4. Did start in P7. They did Maya. Got himself with a bit of work to do.
I think Maya's gap got built from the Recef moment.
Yeah. I mean, the last 20 minutes, he's been banging even laps with the top 3.
Yeah.
Maya has been told to push, apparently, from Simon Livingston. I mean, he's got another 5 to 10 minutes on this stint. It'll be fascinating to see if Porter and Bokler can edge out that extra lap. I think that's what, if Bokler can do 1 extra lap compared to Caserta and Porter, I think that'll be enough to take the lead. If not, then he might need to underfuel in order to get track position.
Yeah, I think everybody's fuel saving. And by under fuel, I hope you mean fuel save.
Well, no,
don't just randomly put 7 litres too little to finish the race.
You can put 2 less litres in.
Correct.
And maybe save like quarter of a second.
So that's what a lot of people, I'm going to give the secret right now on the stream, a lot of people forget in multi-class races. When they calculate, so the fuel saving, and they come to put in the fuel and they put in the recommended amount. Sounds great, because the calculator's got to be right? You've been fuel saving and it knows. You're forgetting of all the traffic you have to pass.
Sure.
And how much that's going to affect the lap times and the lap count.
The calculator takes into consideration the traffic you've already been lapping, right?
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's taking into consideration the usage and how many laps it thinks the race is going to go. But like if you've been through traffic, yeah, I get what you're saying. But if it's close, it can be forced to lap less through the traffic you're going to have to get through. I get what you're saying. I do, yeah, completely get what you're saying. Plus the fuel saving opportunities, passing traffic or being passed in traffic. So Sam, when are you doing the lawsuit to get half of everything David earns because he used your name in his business?
What was he saying?
Samsoid.
Oh, Samsoid, yeah. Yeah, I mean the trademark of the word of the name Sam is coming along, and hopefully we're going to have a settlement by the end of the year.
Oh, no.
And of course, like that's not a trademark for the next 100 years. That's a trademark for the past 100 years. So all the any fictional character.
Wow, you're going to get half my Twitch earnings. Think of all the chocolate bars you could buy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get half of Sam Neill's estates in New Zealand. So I'm really looking good.
Okay, some Lupe's coming in. I think Dan kept his line.
Squeezed him a bit.
Yeah, Dan looked like he kept the car straight. Let's have a look.
I mean, he had to come back on the track.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't leave the far line. Yeah, he has a bit of rear rotation, but it's just unfortunate. This is great. Oh, no. Same as Recef. Exactly the same as Recef. Too much just left on the curb in, pulled round. Ah, what a shame. Yeah, same as Recef. You've got to be so careful there. You can take more than that. You can take less than that. You just can't take that because you get tugged.
So we're very near to the epicenter of this race, where it's pretty much going to be decided.
You're trying to outdo my transcend word, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Epicenter. I saw you Googling smartwords.com.
I mean, that's got to be a thing. I'm Googling that now. It's just a good word. It's just
We're getting to the epicenter. All right, mate.
Epicenter. Well, I mean, that's a really good word. It's the
It is a good word.
The bit that matters. Because it's when the race is going to be
But
decided.
it just felt like you were trying to one-up my transcends.
Yeah, but your transcend didn't make sense.
Because it transcended the sentence.
I mean, that does make sense.
I know, the second
that made more sense than when you used it earlier on.
Correct. Yeah. First time was a mistake.
Oh, there's only a smartwords.org, unfortunately.
Smartwords.org.
It's basically a thesaurus. Grumman now 3/10 of a second back. This is pretty much the only battle going on. There's not really that much fighting going on.
Dalvao and Maya. Dalvao is cooking, to say the least.
Yeah, he's actually been quick as Dalvao. He's just been
Yeah.
stuck. Oh, Toss taking your line.
Yep, it is the only line, thank you. It's an S, so you go straight down the middle. Bang, 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 bang. Actually, yeah, it's like I said earlier, it's the only line I know on the Bathurst entry.
Shout out, by the way, to VRS once again. Of course, their wheelbase, wheel, rim, and pedals are all available over at apexracingsim.com, and you can also get the pedal base plates as well over at apexracingsim.com, because we are now selling Huizenveld engineering products as well. So go over to apexracingsim.com and get yourself some Huizenveld equipment. And of course, they use their Ultimate Plus base plates, but they are also compatible with VRS pedals. So it's very much worth going over there. So yeah, very exciting news when it comes to that.
Yeah, Recefs is looking at Toffs, who's just exited the pit. I think Toffs is just fresh out of the pits. And Toffs has kept it.
Yeah, good work. Of course, Seth binned it earlier on. That's why he's behind. This will, I think, Seth will get past by the end of the race. Toffs has been very much by himself all day long in terms of pace. I don't think he's going to have enough to hold on.
Toffs will have 2 fresh tyres, whereas Recef won't have fresh anything.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, Recef 12 lap old tyres now.
Yeah. But we'll see.
So I wonder if we're going to see a stampede on this lap. Saying that Toffs came in on the previous lap, has been punching a hole in the air for the entire race. The others may not be able to go a whole lot further, but Caserta is going to be able to go another lap. So he's got to lap 28 and still leading the way. Boca's actually just dropped back off the top 2. I wonder if maybe they're turning on the afterburners now. You know what? No, actually no, I don't think they are. But Boca's just made a mistake on that last lap. He messed up in sector 5 out of 6.
Yeah, it was a slow lap.
Left him with a bit of catching up to do. He needs to get close before the pit stop sequence, but he's almost out the draft.
Yeah, 2:04.8 last lap. Just very slow for them.
Yeah, it wasn't a quick lap for Caserta and Borsa.
And Zach's into the pits.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, his eyebrows almost fell off his head then. Oh no. Oh no, is this a penalty?
No, it's not. No way.
I mean,
he would be gone. He wouldn't be still sat there if it was a penalty. No way.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. He will come out. Will he be ahead of Puwatsu?
He wants to hope so. I don't think he will. If I remember the standings before, I don't think so, but let's see.
Nah, he's behind.
Showing on the standings up 21 places though. Now we're talking.
Maya is gaining, we're hearing. Oh,
Yeah,
Maya
2
did
points.
gain.
Well,
It's
that's
second on Bokla, but that was because of the bad lap from Bokla.
correct. Yeah.
Maybe it was traffic that they were going through. Maybe that was the reason why. He lost a bit of time. Here is Maya. with Delaval on his tail. Delaval might go for this, actually. I know that usually it's smart just waiting behind and thinking about the long game, but he's got to get the move done eventually in this race, and this might be his best opportunity. And there goes the Ferrari driver as he got it stopped. He has on a dime, and that could be an important position. Do either of them duck into the pits? No, they will continue around, and this needs to be a big lap now from Delaval.
So I was questioning those Concerta and Porter pace for that 10-lap period being quite slow, and now we're seeing Andrea Delaval only 3 seconds behind Buckler. I wonder if they've been playing to getting their teammate for the 1, 2, 3. I mean, they're not doing anything illegal. I'm not saying they were slow, but it always looked like Maya, Graman, all these people and were the faster pack, and the leaders weren't no longer stretching their legs. It's easy to be slow in places where you can't be overtaken. And not slow, they're still running way above the mid-pack pace, but slow for their pace. But Delaval's come from, he's 2.8 seconds off of P3.
Yeah.
I might be overthinking it.
I mean, I think they will be concerned about themselves, seeing that.
Oh, Thomas mentioning Zach's used the fast. Well, one thing to remember, it's an old thing, but us oldies remember it. Fast repair wipes your tyre temp. Did you know that?
Didn't know that.
Even if you're old tyres, it colds them.
Sure.
Yeah. So you need to be careful when putting on a fast repair. Well, you need to be mindful, sorry, not careful. But yeah.
Big lap at the moment being pushed.
Maya lost a second behind a back marker. Yeah, so did Boakler. It looked like a tricky portion of track.
Yeah, but I think Caserta's going to come out on this lap. I think Boakler will edge it one more lap than Caserta. I'm not sure if Porter will.
Do you think they can actually go an extra lap? They've been out there 59. I don't think they can. I mean, I haven't.
I mean, Caserta's got to pit this time. There's no way you can go over an hour.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, the others being in the draft this whole time. Just do it. Porter's just dropped a little bit of time on this lap. So here comes one. Oh, Boakler's coming in as well. Wow, so I think Porter's pulled this one off like a dream.
Well, no, that's a mistake. Because Boakler's going to come out of the pits with draft and Caserta won't have anything. I don't get that.
Yeah, but Porter's on low fuel now. And he's got clean track.
No, yeah, okay, but... Yeah, I see what you're saying. But no draft.
Yeah, no draft.
Oh, wait. I get it. Because Boakler won't be following the fastest guy on the track because he won't be pushing this hard. Like, it's a team game, right? You can massage this any way you want it. I just thought, from the initial point of view, it didn't look like the wisest of choices.
Is Boakler going to be ahead then of Caserta? Nah. 0.4 of a second. Boakler was faster on his pit stall, but it's not enough to get him ahead. He wasn't far off, and honestly, there was just that one lap where he lost half a second. But he's going to have a chance here into turn 2. He's got to go for this, Boakler.
100%.
No point in worrying about what Porter's doing.
No, he doesn't have the speed.
The best chance he's going to have a game P2 in this race. But yeah, he's not got the overspeed.
No.
Man. Yeah, honestly, that half second he lost a few laps ago could be crucial.
Always is. Especially near, like you actually mentioned, on the pit phase. If any other time on the race it happened, he could have got it back, but close to the pit phase can be frustrating.
Close to the wall was Jacob Toffs, the turn 2. Very nearly hit it.
Just means you're going quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think he hit it. I think he perfected it. Maya lost 1 second behind back marker Wisdom, so I think you may have said that earlier on. And so, yeah, he lost the position to Delaval, of course.
Noticing Rousseff's pit time out there, 12.87. Significantly faster. Oh no, we had 12.48 and a 12.83 from Dan and Alexander Porter, so it is possible.
Here comes Porter. Everyone who hasn't pitted already. I'm surprised how long the tank goes. It is not a bad circuit when it comes to fuel consumption.
Well, I think I forgot what I mentioned at the beginning. It's so easy to fuel save here. Every opportunity is downhill, it feels.
So Porter, we're expecting to take the lead here. Caserta will surely have had to have taken more fuel, and he has been on full fuel on this lap.
And there's no way he could be on a full speed lap, because otherwise he's dragging, like I mentioned, Boakler into P2.
So he needs sub 14 second stationary, does Porter. He's up to 12.2. He's going to be miles clear. They're barely going to see him up ahead. Porter comes out of the pits, and they have pulled this one off to perfection. Have Absolute Motorsport. Porter, the championship leader, is into the lead of this race. Caserta in P2. Delaval was very close to Boakler, but half a second short, and Maya was not far behind either. Really quick stops for those drivers who managed to
Delaval was 12.03.
Yeah.
Almost an 11-second pit stop.
So the top 5 now separated by just 3 seconds.
I say Delaval is on. He's flying out there. He has come from 6th to closing on 3rd.
Finished in the top 4 in every race so far. Top 5, I think, in every race so far this season is Delaval, apart from one, Suzuka.
We were saying 3 seconds off Boakler before the pits. He is can't barely be set. He's half a second off.
Yeah.
Zach is looking to make a move on Porter. Oh, Zach knows full well the outside's pretty dusty. Now he's going for a switchback onto the next corner inside.
Thomas Hansen asking what happened to Porter on that last lap.
On the last lap,
he lost 2.5 seconds. He lost and now he's going to lose a lot more time. I was looking away, and apparently Zach may have had a little bit of a...
Yeah, it looks like he sideswiped his rear, unfortunately. I think Zach held his breath thinking, please don't crash. Like, I hit you, but please don't put it in the wall. Please just save it. We'll carry on.
Well, Zach had a pit lane start or a qualifying ban tonight. He won't get another one for the next round. You have to do 2 bad things, but he'll be halfway there potentially after that. Is Schwab versus Merle. Schwab facing the wrath of the outside line and lost outs.
Yeah, got a hungry Bizagali back there as well. Quite a nice gaggle this deep into the race.
Portsy continuing to lose tyre. Portsy's toed. Maya has spun. Half spin and has lost 3 seconds. So he's down to P5 now. Is Maya. Hasn't lost him any places, but has lost him any chance at a podium realistically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Delaval and Boakler would have been very, very hard to pass. Wait, no, Maya was 5th, right? He hasn't lost. Yeah, he was 5th.
How are you feeling about your Boakler prediction now?
Did I say P2, right?
Oh, so you still think he's going to finish P2?
No, I said P1 before, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, it's recorded, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still feeling strong about it. There's a lot of work left to go in 10 minutes, but actually seeing the amount I've watched now, the BMW might be the race car here, but it just does not have the opportunity to pass. That's what I'm seeing. The Ferraris have just got that extra tick here at this track. They seem the BMW probably faster on the mountain. Seems to be the car that's easier to follow closely. Boakler can follow the Ferraris closer than even the teammates can follow each other. But yeah, it can't make a move on a Ferrari, that is.
No, especially with a Ferrari with draft.
Correct, yeah.
The situation that Caserta is in at the moment. Still leader of the Pro ARMS, by the way, is Del Piccolo. Leader of the ARMS is Cook. So incredible work there from Cook to get past these Pro ARMS. I missed that one, really. I've not been very good at paying attention to stuff outside the top 10, but Cook's done a really good job. Of course, Hooper did bin it earlier on, so Hooper was ahead of Cook earlier on, and then binned it.
Yeah, Cook's ahead of Del Piccolo, Hooper, Pagnini, Rattiani.
And crucially got a few cars between him and Agard.
Yeah.
That's the driver who he wants to be.
No, that's a huge gap as well between them as well. I think it's like
35 seconds?
Yeah, correct, yeah. Okay, some more replays coming in. This is Maya. Oh, yuck. So this is Zach looking like he's going to send around the outside, but he's actually faking for the inside. And
yeah, that was very misjudged. I mean, yeah.
I see what he's planning. Oof. What a shame.
Dodds has been caught by Van der Nisse. 0.8 of a second in the gap now between the 8th and 9th placed men.
Yeah, you just he just looks like he out-qualified himself. That's the best description. He just looks solid and consistent, but it just looks like his quali position was just unmaintainable.
Yeah. And they both managed to get past Graman in the pit stop sequence.
Yeah.
So Graman down to 10th place.
Graman's pit stop was slower, 13.8, so we're talking like 1.5 seconds, 1.6 seconds off of what the optimal was. And when you look at the trains we're getting at Bathurst, that's, you know, it's a poor thing to have a long pit stop here. I know Cook's is not doing bad at all. He's what, 5 seconds off of Zach, 6. Yeah, he's not too far back from everyone. He's done a pretty good job out there.
There's a bit of a disappointingly dull end to the race for White. He is not going to catch up to Drucker by the end of the race. He is currently catching by about 0.8 of a second a lap. He was half a second faster than the race leader last time round, was Zach. What could have been if it weren't for a penalty?
Yeah, I think you'd have liked to have been part of this Porta Caserta-Boakler battle. Well, we've got the motion rig of Merle. Motion and VR. I imagine that is pretty immersive. I've done both. I've never done together at the same time.
Well, here comes a move for P3. This would be an absolute motorsport 1-2-3. Delaval going the long way round. He's going to absolutely send it, but there's no grip out there.
None.
He knew that he had to really go in deep and just hope that Boakler backs out.
But he's done his job, Delaval. That's it now. His Boakler's now a second off the front two.
And of course, this will help Delaval go for a move in future as well, because
no draft.
Boakler's not got the draft anymore.
Correct. Very smart. Not you, Delaval, I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just to clarify.
Oh yeah.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, no, don't know. I had no illusions.
Okay.
To that you had any respect for me.
We should offer. We need to get Caserta with an esport offer from a different team so that they battle.
Yeah.
We should do
on the
that.
radio now. Say.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll give you. How does 500 quid a week sound like?
Correct, yeah. But we do need you to win your next race. Are you currently racing?
I mean, one day it would be. I mean, I think it'd be testament as well for how far sim racing's coming if gambling comes into sim racing. But you can imagine the illegal stuff that could happen. We just, oh, come on, mate.
Well, that's sports betting in general is always dangerous.
Oh yeah, unless you're earning millions.
Correct.
People are tempted to do stuff like that.
I'm interested in the direction sim racing goes in the future.
Because you can do it in other esports, obviously, but you know, I think sim racing is a bit unique where, well, at the moment at least, we haven't got many LAN events, and so people can't be controlled quite as well. Merle, who I think got past Schwab a few laps ago, might be on that one, but he's barely staying ahead. Physically right on there. Oh, change for the lead. Ah, interesting. So Porter's given the win to Caserta. Well, we thought it'd be the other way around. Well, I thought at least it would be the other way around, that Caserta would let Porter pass in order to get the extra points in the championship, but no, it's the other way around.
Perhaps they do it by qualifying position, because the strat was to obviously let the guy fuel save like absolutely crazy. One guy went round and covered off Boakler and going, like I said, there's no way they could be allowed to full push, because it wouldn't make any sense. You would leave your teammate high and dry in the pits. But no, this isn't the first time this team's done this, so it means they're well prepped, and if they execute it, they know that they need to hand the position back, because that was part of the plan. But no, we've done it by qualifying position before, and there's been a bunch of us in the race, and we want to work together, and it's difficult, right? Because you want to be competitive. So the deal becomes, look, let's set it in quali. We'll have our race in quali, and then we'll help each other, and yeah, can you get this done?
Going to be a move here on the curb.
He was way too kind, was the Porsche.
Physically, I might have a chance there.
Yeah, that's what I mean by way too kind. Oh no, Audi's like, nope, not enough room.
I mean, I would say... Oh, no. Oh, well, he's given that one away, Mal. He was really defending well, but he's pushed it a bit too hard. Drops down to 21st. But I think it's a tricky one, because obviously if you're not going to help... If you don't think that your teammate's going to give you back the PlayStation, you're not going to help them for the first hour of the race. Because
yeah, I'm talking about long races. Yeah, correct. Exactly that.
Caserta was a sitting duck for that entire first hour. And if he thought, well, I'm not going to win this race, maybe he'd think, I'm going to do something creative here, and it might harm the team overall. So it does make sense. But at the same time, it would be nice to have a proper 75-minute race. I appreciate these guys are so even, and this is so competitive, and it's so tricky to overtake. Maybe that's just not realistic still.
So the battle looks like it will be Delaval and both of them. Maya is where? Still trying to catch back up now, so he won't be back in time. What is it, white flag next lap?
Yes. Yeah, I think maybe 1 or 2 tries may underfuel. We're not going to get the extra lap by an easy margin. It's only going to be by about 20 seconds, so it could be a slight risk of someone underfueling it.
Did an LMP2 fixed a couple of seasons ago where we all joined at Road America, and it actually turned out that like 6 of us were in top split together. So like, and the qualifying went well. We were like front 3 rows of the grid, which is a weird experience, let me tell you.
I mean, that reminds me of BMW Sim Cup actually at Road America as well, when it was basically Redline versus Apex.
Correct, yeah.
6 Redline cars, I think, against 4 Apex cars. Yeah, I think Redline got the top 6 places, and we may as well quit out the sim at that point, because it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, I love BMW Sim Cup, but for me now with my iRating, I just don't do it, because I always now and then just sneak into top split, and it's not top split, it's top split, top split, top split.
If you do the first few rounds, you'll get bit down into second split, I imagine.
How do you mean? No, it's an iRating. It's just an official race, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, like, the iRating drops as the season, like the
correct
SOS drops as the season goes on.
Yeah, well, GTP, you'd be surprised. There was just still like, oh, maybe now, but in the beginning there just wasn't enough teams.
Sure.
But Apex only had 1 at the time. Yeah, it's getting more and more busy. But yeah, I didn't. Because this isn't a top split race where people are just, you know, have practiced the day before and downloaded a doc and sending it. This is an esport event plus me. Like, it was utterly pointless.
Rattiani just got past Pagnini. Pagnini made a mistake, so Rattiani obviously 16th place now, gets a few extra points in the Pro-Am. Still got A-Guard behind the pair of them. We're riding on board with our race leader, Marcello Caserta. This has basically been the view from his rear wing for the entire race. Alessandro Porto right on his tail, and Raymond Bocler in 3rd position. Andrea Delaval has been very strong as this race has gone on, but just a bit of an underwhelming qualifying performance from Delaval. Left him with too much to do, and really, it was qualifying that made the difference in this race. Porter lost out by a couple hundredths of a second, and that's probably going to be why he loses this race.
Someone needs to get on the radio and tell Zach he hasn't done fastest lap of the race. He's like 12, no, he's 5 thousandths off. Which isn't first. No. 37 seconds off the lead is Zach. It's very tricky to compare where he would have been, because he's been working through traffic so much, but yeah, it's been an effort. But yeah, that's a mega lap from Delaval for 4.51. To put in context, it's 2/10 quicker than anything Porter and Bocler have done all race long.
Still, Bocler having to defend a bit from Delaval. I think he's going to have enough to hold on to a rostrum position, but it looks like it's going to be a first-time Apex Racing League victory for Marcello Caserta, who rounds the final corner. He's going to lead home in Absolute Motorsport Acelith 1-2. Marcello Caserta on the top step of the podium for the first time at Bathurst. Porter gets very good points. He's very close to that championship title now, in 2nd place tonight. Bocler in 3rd. Delaval with a very strong performance, and looks like he will get fast up the race in 4th. Behind them, still fighting, is Yatortus holding off Van der Nesse. That's a good result there from Utortus to hold on to that position. Agard has got past Pignini on the last lap.
Pignini's dropping.
Is dropping significantly. I thought someone may struggle on fuel, and
oh no,
he has just binned it. He has just binned it as Pignini.
No, he's running the Peugeot downforce spec.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Would be better on fuel to not have a rear wing.
He is on the lead lap, Pignini, so he can't get that bad for him. The worst he can drop down to is 23rd. Jonathan Cook wins out of the AM drivers.
Brilliant drive.
And gets some crucial points out of Agard's lead, albeit it'll be disappointing that Agard gained that place on the last lap. Del Piccolo wins out of the Pro-Ams and keeps his championship hopes alive. He's in good form, is the Audi driver, and he needs a couple more performances like that in order to get to the top of the Pro-Ams.
See, all these people doing burnouts, all it tells me is you put too much fuel in, son.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm about.
You've never sounded more like a 50-year-old than what you just said.
Thank you. Brilliant race.
Was a good race. We'll go to a break very quickly, but when we're back we will go through the final results and have a chat with some of our drivers. Welcome back to the Apex Racing TV esports studio. We've just watched that 75-minute race from Bathurst, and I wouldn't say it was the most enthralling race or the most action-packed race, but it was pretty tight throughout, particularly that first hour, because it was a case of who saved the most fuel, and it was a case of whoever could go the furthest out of that top three were always going to win out. If Beauclerc had managed to do that extra lap, he would have won. Obviously, in the end, we had Porter do the extra lap, and that got him to the lead. Just some great fuel saving from him and great race management as well from Caserta, who ended up winning. Yeah,
we had, what, four big incidents in the first quarter of the race. Shame for some, but obviously cream rise to the top in that race for sure. The Caserta Porter Dalval team are looking A-Slith, what's the
Absolute Motorsports.
Absolute Motorsports, looking absolutely epic. Beauclerc had a very strong race. Yeah, shame for SF. Maya had their moments. Yeah, I thought Jonathan Cook, 13th. Let's not forget AM driver, AM at Bathurst. And I think I remember him telling me last week when we interviewed him that he was learning these tracks. He's new to all this, which is insanity. I'm predicting he has to skip Pro-Am.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that's what I'm predicting.
I mean, it's not your decision, but there you go. You put it out there.
Brilliant.
Let's have a chat. Oh, actually, no, sorry, we can go through the final results. For the race, there is Marcello Caserta winning out, half-second clear of Porter. Beauclerc in a close third. Hopefully he wins a race this season. Beauclerc really does deserve it after Daytona and then tonight. Very good in the 75-minute races. Delaval in fourth. There was Maya Tofts, Rosseth, Utortus, Van der Nesse, Graman, Drakea, and White, who came from the back. Then it was Cook, who beat all the Pro-Ams. Del Piccolo, who beats all the rest of the Pro-Ams. Michael Hooper was in 15th place despite an early spin, so good points for his championship there. Rattiani in 16th, then it's Agard Schwab in 18th, then it was Merle, Pagnini, Broderick, Hedgecock, and Bizaglia. Hedgecock actually stayed on the lead lap, good performance there from Adam. Bizaglia, Van Horn, Sampaoli, Ubertali, Mola, Burnt, Torquio, Luritzen, Guazzi, Delat, Semenov, Hubler, Lamal, Chatterton, and Avanzini running out the 37 cars. Avanzini did not get far into the race. I think he got to about lap 2.
Sorry, I'm saying how well Jonathan Cook did. It's only just clicked. He did beat all the Pro-Ams, didn't he?
He did beat all the Pro-Ams, yeah.
Mega.
Yeah.
Absolutely mega.
Yeah, really.
Jonathan Cook's asking where to go. In the Discord, in the Apex Racing TV comms interview waiting area 1.
Yeah, I think it's in useful links in the ARL GT3 trophy channel as well. So if you're not already in the ARTV Discord, go to the ARL useful links and you can see it there. Who has joined us for a chat though? We've got Adam Hedgecock, who is ready for a chat, and we will drag him up. Adam, congratulations, man. That was a good result. I saw you just about stayed on the lead lap and really managed to stay out of trouble.
Makes a change around here, I can tell you that much. It was lively at the start. There was lots going on, but managed to keep the nose clean and bring it home. I think my highest position of the season, 22nd.
I think that sounds about right. You weren't far off that at Silverstone, I think, but yeah, I think this is probably the best result of the season. I mean, you've had a lot of experience around this track. You've driven touring cars around here. You've driven GT cars and much else. What are the things you tell yourself when it comes to Bathurst in order to keep it out the walls and have some good pace?
It's going to sound really weird, but just be committed. Like, don't ease off for anything. Just be committed, because at the moment you go 99%, 98%, that's when you're driving like unfamiliarly. Yeah, that word. That's when you're going to clip a wall. You know, that's when you're gonna take a bit of camber that you're not normally on, and that's when you're going to cause issues. You just got to commit to it. You just got to do what you've practiced. Doesn't matter what car you're in. Just do what you practice. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. If there's people behind you, they're going to have to wait. I was in a position earlier where I managed to let the front three through, but there was not enough time without me completely stopping to let the next couple through. So I just had to commit to the mountain, and unfortunately they lost a second over the top behind me, but it's safer to do it that way than try and let them through between the walls,
Absolutely, and I think that's a very good lesson to take in terms of drive what you've been practicing. Don't drive in a different way to what you've been practicing, because it makes the practice that you've done completely redundant. Next time we go to Aragon, so we go to a circuit that you've driven thousands of laps on, to a circuit that you've driven 0 laps on, or am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely correct. The only time I've been there is to take pictures. That's it. So I've seen cars go around it. I think I know which way it goes, but it'll be an adventure for most of us, I think.
Is it a good track to take pictures of? Because I feel like it's quite a distinctive landscape in terms of it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of a desert, basically. You like that, or is it a bit too barren, the backgrounds?
It is very barren. Yeah, there's not many features there, but it's one of the new tracks, so it's got better lighting than a lot of the older ones. Go to places like Interlagos, for example, and it's just like you're in a white box. It's horrendous. So Aragon will be good.
Absolutely, yes.
I don't think I've done a lap there.
Really?
No, never done a lap there.
I mean, it's all right. It is not great, but it's not bad. Well, thank you for having a chat with us, Adam. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
You guys, I had you in my ears while I was driving along, as always. Always fun to listen to you. And then the Altitude boys, Hutch wasn't able to come tonight. He was working, but the rest of the team for the support they give. And our sponsors, Freem, who we've just celebrated 3 years with, Sim Stickers, Grumpy Dad Designs, Finding Speed, and Mr. Hedge iRacing Photography.
Awesome. Thanks for having a chat with us, Adam, and best of luck for Aragon.
Thank you very much, Sam. Take it easy.
Right, I will drag up the winner of the second division, which just happens to be this time Am.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring up Jonathan Cook. I mean, this is right. I'm correct, right? Am is the second best.
Well, now it is.
It now is, yeah. Let's bring him up. If my drag works, come on.
Not going to help you.
No, I've got this. Yeah, my laptop's not happy. Here we go. It's working. Hey, Jonathan, can you hear me okay?
Hello, how are you?
Very well. You found your way to the Discord.
Yes, I wasn't in the right Discord.
Okay, Bathurst. Is it a track you know well?
It's my favourite track, so I'd like to think so, yeah.
Oh, that's great to hear. Epic result. You must be chuffed. Not only winning Am, but it must feel good to outdo all of the Pro-Ams.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I was quick in practice. I've been practicing with the ADX boys, so I was sort of able to benchmark my pace against them, because I think they're mostly Pro-Am, and I was flying, and believe it or not, I was using an Aragon setup, which apparently works perfectly at Bathurst, so the car just felt amazing on Aragon setup, so and yeah, just tied in with all the conditions, the BMW over the mountain, it just all came together.
2K iRating. And when I say 2K, I mean 2005. Talk me through this. Like, how does this happen? Explain to me. Enlighten me how this happens.
Just league racing. That's all I do, really. I don't really do many officials. I used to just on my own every night before even league racing, just go around random tracks in a random car and just practice on my own, like replicate what I'm watching on the weekend. If I'm watching British touring cars at Brands Hatch, I would then go in a TCR or Brands Hatch and try and replicate them. But that's
epic.
Pretty much where all my pace come from.
So next week, or is it the week after next? Week after next, Bathurst VRS, I think, is the combo for officials. Are we taking your set and car there for the week?
Yeah, I definitely will. I need to get my iRating up. I think one of you pointed out Silverstone the first round, like you were saying I needed to get it up, and I was like, you know what, you're absolutely right. Because the problem is I'm in like this split in iRacing where I just don't have much competition when I'm in the races, and it then gets boring. Then I don't do officials.
If you do just Bathurst officials in 2 weeks with that car, with that set, you'll be 3K in what, 5 races?
God, yeah.
Yeah.
It scares me because then I go from qualifying first to probably like 15th.
Yeah. I appreciate the gain because it's not something that lasts forever.
Correct. I work my ass off for 3 nowadays. But no, yeah, stick with it. Brilliant result. I mean, end of the day, it's your favourite track, but you also put it all together because it is tough. It was a long race. There's a lot of fast guys out there. So yeah, you should be really proud. Congratulations. And yes, anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just ADX guys, and unfortunately my teammate couldn't make it, Russ, tonight, but I know he loves this track as well. But yeah, I'm really pleased. It's my favourite track. I was enjoying every moment. I was waiting for the heartbreak because I thought I'd probably hit the wall, but I thankfully managed to, I think I actually complete my first ever race at Bathurst, believe it or not, because I always just pushed too hard and hit the wall. So I'm really happy. Yeah.
Excellent. Congrats. We'll speak to you next week. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers guys. Thank you.
So that was Jonathan Cook with a terrific performance to finish up there. Next up, we'll have a chat with another one of our class winners. It's Andrea Del Piccolo who joins us now. Andrea, congratulations. Another win in the Pro-Am category and just a very sensible drive. You seem to always be in control of the car. Is that an accurate reflection?
Yeah. Thank you guys. Yeah, I was lucky enough to avoid the crash on the lap 3, and from that point, all I wanted to do was to manage the car and take it to the end. I was I did all the race behind Jonathan. I would like to congratulate with him because he managed to be really fast. He did practice with us this week, and it was really fast. Congratulate him.
You came into this round 25 points behind Michael Hooper. I think seeing that you finished, 1 place in front of him, I guess that means that you're now 24 points behind him. How do you rate your chances at winning the Pro-Am Championship at this point?
I am trying my best. I felt also sorry for Hooper because I saw him crashing in the straight, and it was probably maybe hardware issue or something, just bad luck. So I am fair play talking. I am happy that he managed to recover, and I will do my best to win or have a good fight till the last round.
Absolutely. And next week we head to Aragon. So far the drivers we've chatted to haven't got so much experience there. Have you done many laps on that track yet?
Honestly, I think that I have 0 laps on that track, but I will manage to do some practice this week for sure.
Excellent stuff. Hopefully you enjoy the layouts. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to before we say goodbye?
I would like to thank all my team and sponsors, and also a big shout out to David Schilling, that is my teammate that worked a lot to the setup. and yeah, it was very good. I would like to thank him a lot.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having a chat with us, Andrea, and we hope as spectators that you make the Pro-Am Championship as tight as we possibly can see it. So yeah, best of luck for Aragon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye.
Cheers.
Andrea Del Piccolo there, your Pro-Am winner tonight. And like I said, I think he's got the gap down to 24 points. But I think after this round, we're going to start considering the 2 drop scores. And I'm not sure how that's going to change stuff. Because
Zach in chat saying cheers for the broadcast, gents. Yeah, thanks Zach for giving us an entertaining 25 positions gained to watch.
yeah, that was good effort from him.
Robert Van Horn, I've finished the mountain for the first time in my life, lol, and I didn't spin, David. Damage on every body panel though.
Yeah,
Easy
did
done.
he not spin? No, I guess
No,
he didn't. I trust his call.
That was Roderick and Greg that got the incidents,
Yeah.
not Van Horn.
Yeah, the surviving one. Yeah, congrats Zach on the effort there to nearly get up into the top 10. Well, of course, next week we go to Aragon. Of course, I think you said that you haven't driven the circuit much. Do you know anything about it? Have you seen any MotoGP there?
Nope. I don't think I know it at all. I think I might have saw like the clip of it. It's like some high speed, like it looks like a very high speed track.
A lot of medium speed.
Well, I don't know it at all.
Middle of a desert, lots of elevation change. MotoGP fans really like it, but it is a dull landscape.
iRacing just went for this little period of just releasing tracks like Rudskogen, just leaving.
What else can they do?
Oh, I
There's
could
not many big
give them a
tracks.
list if they really. I could send you the list and you can send it to them.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do it that
Well,
way.
they've got Mazzana coming, and that's going to be great. Mugello was a great addition. Got Portimao coming, that'll be good. Might add Valencia. I'm hoping they don't. Of all the tracks, Valencia is awful.
Out of all the race, you had to show me hitting the wall, Rasef. Unlucky, mate. It just looks like you the curbing pulled you to the left a little bit. Big shame.
That was a disappointment. Hopefully he bounces back better
Literally
next time.
bounced. Sorry,
Yeah, sure.
it's not been long enough.
So next week is Aragon for the 10th round of the championship, but there are loads more broadcasts coming up on Apex Racing TV, including the late Apex, which is coming up in just a few minutes' time. We discuss whether the interview that the Fanatec CEO had was a good idea or whether it was a very bad idea. And we'll also be discussing news when it comes to Le Mans Ultimate. We're only 11 days away from the release now. Little teasers about iRacing Rain as well. And of course, all the updates when it comes to the Apex brand. So do check out the late Apex that will be starting in about 15 minutes time once we turn everything off for this stream. And of course, there's plenty more action as well on Apex Racing TV over the weekend with Spec Racer Fords, with Masters and many other series coming up on the channel. Also check out the Apex Racing League and Apex Racing TV social media accounts on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. And of course, thanks to our sponsors SDK Gaming, VRS and Apex Racing Academy for supporting the broadcast. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, and from David Sampson, we will say goodbye and we'll see you back in 1 week's time at Aragon. See you then.
Ciao.